shack, mate. He just sent me a message.
Remember
Man of your pictures, mate. I love it. How's it going, guys? You all good?
Hey guys, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining.
Just drop some comments in chat. Can you all hear me loud and clear? Please excuse the Yorkshire accent. Thumbs up if you can hear the voice. Might not be able to translate. Someone tell me.
Oh, that's new. That's new.
Welcome, Holly. You can join us, mate. We're live anyway, so you're in.
You've added that.
Holly, do you know you're live on the...
Why am I on there?
Yes, we're just going to pass over to Holly right now. She is going to
nice hair, though, yeah.
The joys are going live. I'm just trying to work out, mate, whether chat's updating. Oh, there we go. John, loud and clear. Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
I think the chat goes top to bottom as well, so the newest is at the top, if I'm right, yeah.
Yeah, I'll scroll to the bottom, mate. That's why.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys? Let's look at some names. Jamie, Ashley, John, Grant. Is that Grant Lay? Oh, it's Grant Lay. The viewers are me for a second day running. Ray, Mark. How's it going, guys? We all good? All right, Andrew, mate.
Awesome, yeah.
Good to see many Andrews. Is it Andrew that's actually on the slideshow, mate, as well?
Who knows?
Is it Andrew Patterson? Give us a thumbs up if it's Andrew Patterson, by the way. Yes, it is Grant. But you're sick of seeing me, Granty boy, aren't you, mate? Good. Let's look at the numbers. See how many we got. 146. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to give it another couple of minutes. Just give people a chance to join. Please let us know in chat if you're struggling to hear us, or if I'm talking to Sheffield, please tell them to slow down. So you're going to pick up all the words and stuff. Yeah, and we'll crack on in a couple of minutes, guys. But while we're waiting, do you want to just drop a few comments in chat? Let me know where you're all from. See who I'm speaking to. Any fellow Yorkshire guys hanging around, or gals, shall I say? Or any Northern Ireland, Summer Islands clan, Michael's clan, sorry.
More chance of some Yorkshire people, but yeah, it would be great to see some Northern Irish folks in here. There's quite a few in the dropshipping community, actually, that I've came across. Which is nice.
That was Holly, by the way, for people asking. Yeah, Holly just decided to drop on and just show us her hair, and that was it.
Dublin, nice one.
London.
Pakistan. Can you do a Northern Irish accent, Craig?
No, mate. I struggle doing a Sheffield accent. So what the hell am I going to do with a Northern Ireland one, mate?
Yeah,
Money.
Rate good.
Rate good.
Yeah.
Money, lad. Simon, whereabouts in Sheffield, mate? Got to Sheffield boy jumping in there. Scotland, Milton Keynes, London, United States.
Nice.
We got Philippines, Wakefield. My last girlfriend.
Look like
what about your current one, mate? You look like criminals, not like Amazon sellers. Is that Alex?
Andrew Manai, nice. So
Belfast.
One's good.
Who's the guy who said Sheffield? There was someone on there who said Sheffield. Was it Simon? Whereabouts in Sheffield, Simon? Richmond. All right, cool. What, out there, Handsworth, Woodhouse area, I'm guessing? Down south. Welcome, mate. So what we at? So where we're at? 159. I'll get another couple of minutes. And what we're going to do, guys, I'm not going to leave it too long. What we'll do is we'll jump in, and then we'll crack on and do the first webinar jam event that we've done. So apologies if there's a few clicks that may go astray. We'll do as best, mate, and we'll pick up. And obviously, if you can try and save all the questions you've got until the end, we'll probably pause a little way through it. So any urgent ones we'll pick up. We have got guys in the chat that are basically going to point out any urgent ones, and they'll basically kind of mediate the chat. So please don't throw chairs at each other. Please behave, be nice. And we'll pick up all the comments and the questions at the end and stuff.
I just seen a comment that we could be the new robbers in Home Alone. That's a new one. I like that.
No, yeah. Marvin.
I'm guessing Craig's going to be the bald one. Great Joe Pesci. I'll need to get
Harry and Marv.
Harry, yeah, I'll need to get some wig.
Go and have one. I'm looking for another Irish girlfriend.
We've been called many things.
Hey, Benji, Edinburgh. Me and Michael's coming there, mate, in about a month. We're bringing the other house, mate. Michael's coming across the pond, and we're going to meet up in Edinburgh, and we may get drunk. Quite a good chance of it. So we're going to have a meet up. Someone see the size, mate. Can't wait. Michael's definitely Marv. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it how we come on to a dropshipping webinar and we're talking about Home Alone 2. I love it.
We've had Harry and Lloyd. We've had what else have we had?
Yeah, Simon. I'm from Mosborough, mate, originally, but I'm currently living in the valley, mate. I'm in Stocksbridge. I've gone as far. So I'm from where you were originally, or you are now, but I've shifted as far as I could go, mate. I literally lived one of the last houses in Mosborough, and I've gone all the way to the other side of Sheffield, mate, to literally the last house at the other end at Stocksbridge. So, yeah, there's a couple of guys in here as well. I know one of the guys that works for me and Michael's jumped in here somewhere as well. So give us a shout, Joe, if you're writing about somewhere in the comments, mate. All right, cool. So, on that, I'm looking at the attendees. We're just topping up towards 160, 170. What we're going to do, guys, we're going to go live. There's a fair few slides that we want to get through, so obviously please bear with. Any questions, please write them down or fire them into chat. Some of the guys will pick them up. And if you forget to ask it, hopefully the guys will pick them up and fire them in. And at the end, me and Michael will dissect them and go through them and do the best we can. All right, so if I'm going to do this right, start presentation. Please work. There we go. So you can probably see a picture on the front screen, hopefully. Just quickly drop a message in chat that you can see a picture of me and Michael in probably more out of shape days back then. Just let me know that that's worked. Before I crack on. Can you all see the slideshow okay? Can you see the picture of me and Michael saying Selfie? Yep. Can see it. Cheers, Granny Boy. Cheers, Blake. Cheers, Emma. So I'm going to crack on. I'm hoping that our faces don't cover too much. I think the guys in chat are going to shift our pictures to the top when we get going. But yeah, let's crack on. So basically, I'm just going to hide chat because I know for a fact I'm going to get distracted if I see those going up. I'm too nosy. I want to go and fire into those comments. So basically, what is today? Firstly, thank you very much for coming on. Nice to meet you all. It's good to see these guys from fellow Yorkshire guys hanging around, and obviously all four corners of the UK, and even somewhere from, there we go, my head's just moved, from Northern Ireland, somewhere near Michael lives. So basically, what today's all about is it's something that me and Michael's been doing for 4+ years, something that we've done together as a team, as well as individually for, like I say, 4+ years, and something that many people frown upon. We do the dirty word that is dropshipping, and I'd like to think that we do all right out of it, you know, we do fairly well out of it. So what today's all about is, as you can see from both our pictures in our heads in the pictures and the good-looking guys on screen right there, we got Michael on the left, and we got me on the other side. We got Batman and Robin, you know, Del Boy and Rodney. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do the Selfie Dropshipping Inner Circle. And for those that aren't aware, Selfie is a fantastic dropshipping software. It's one that we use. And then obviously we're going to show you how to dropship using Selfie. And hopefully, well, I'm not saying hopefully because I can guarantee it, basically make you all some money at whatever levels you want to make that money at. Okay. So what we're going to show you today is basically how to sell £4,000 per day dropshipping from Amazon to eBay. And this is initially for this course. At the minute, it's for Amazon to eBay. Future courses, they're going to come out, so bear with us. We're going to be doing other suppliers as well. But primarily today, we're going to concentrate on Amazon to eBay in less than 5 minutes work. I guarantee this slideshow will take slightly longer than that. But what we're going to do basically is show you how to do dropshipping with as little work as possible, using all the automation methods and all the skills and pitfalls that we've experienced and ways we've got around them. We're going to pass on to you guys today. And hopefully we're all going to learn something. All right. So moving on, so I can get this slideshow to work. So basically, as just sort of briefly covered there, what you'll see at the top of the screen there, hopefully you can all see that okay, and the numbers okay. I don't know if my mouse even shows on the screen. Can you actually see my mouse waving about there or not? No, cool. That's all right. Don't mind. I'm not using the mouse then. Basically, what you'll see then, top top left corner of the screen, it says £951,159. Okay, what that picture is of is basically an exact screenshot of. It's actually Michael's store. So basically, that is the sales he made in an annual year. So from a January to a December, you could say a 12-month period. That is the amount of sales that we are churning through. Obviously, when COVID hit, there were slightly higher numbers, but we are still hitting absolute extreme numbers right now. So what we're going to show today is basically that you're going to need. We're going to show you a process of basically doing drop shipping, the fact how easy it is, those sort of numbers that you can hit, and basically what we're going to try and show you today is factual proof of our screenshots, even to the point where you'll see screenshots from I think it's about 4 p.m. today to prove that the sales that we're making are consistent. We're not going to lie. It's all going to be there for you to see, and we're going to share you. I'll show you all the screenshots and timestamps and stuff. But as well as that, basically, we're going to show you how easy it is to do it. So why do we drop ship? As it says on the screen there, there's no money needed for stock. You know, for a lot of the guys that is in the e-com business, if you're doing FBA, whatever else, you have to buy physical stock. It needs a lot of money. You know, you can lose a lot of money doing it. Now, drop shipping, the polar opposite, basically, it is very little to no money needed for stock. Because you don't own anything. And what we'll do, we'll go further and we'll show you what I mean by that, okay? So you don't need to learn how to drive traffic. So you're not going to run any ads. You're not going to smash thousands and thousands of pounds at any YouTube, any Facebook, any Google ads, or any other ads that you can think of to try and force traffic to your store. There is absolutely no need using the methods that we're going to show you. So you can put all that money back in your back pocket, all right? Like I said, no need to build a website or a funnel. No need whatsoever. You don't need to, basically, no, come on, Craig, get your Yorkshire accent out. No speaking to difficult customers. And basically what I mean by that is by our total automation method that we're going to show you is there are people and methods in place that all the Karens of the world and the people that are going to chew your ears off, you don't have to listen to them. Yes, you run a business. Yes, you need to answer their questions. But there's ways and methods that we're going to show you basically how you can cut that out of your life and someone else can do it for you with little hassle. All right. So we're going to show you basically you can do it from anywhere in the world. So the good old laptop lifestyle. You can use your phone, you can use your laptop, your iPads, all the modern and wonderful methods that we've got these days. Is that basically if you go traveling or you can sit anywhere else, you don't have to be sat in an office, you don't have to be sat in front of your computer. You can literally go and sit on a beach, sit around a pool, or you can sit in your living room. Doesn't matter where you sat. Basically, you can access Selfie and you can do drop shipping from anywhere in the world. All right. Very mobile, the way of living. So in a few minutes or a few hours per week, you can achieve this dream. So basically, that is what we're going to show you today. And as I mentioned above, that can be fully automated or outsourced. So you can be as hands-on or as hands-off as you desire, basically. All right. So moving on, we've got to put this in there. As with any content that you do online, this is a disclaimer for everything. Everything that you're going to see today is actual facts and figures. That you're going to see our screenshots, you're going to see our methods, you're going to see our sales, you're going to see customers and clients that we've worked with us before. Leaving comments. I think some of them are even in the chat. I know some of them are because I've seen the names running past. So you know that they're not fictional. And hopefully at the end we can probably introduce some of them to you to show that they are real and they exist. All right, so basically at the end of the day is a lot we're going to show you today. We can show you the methods and the content and the how-tos. At the end of the day, those results are going to be down to you and how you apply yourself to that situation. All right, so this is basically what the disclaimer is saying, that everything we're going to show you, the methods, they do work, the trusted methods that we've used for many years. But if there's any slight inaccuracies or the fact is that you take the mick or you don't do what we told you or you just basically just not bothered, it's not going to work. Simple as with any project or any work that you do, it just won't work. All right. So yeah, moving on. So if you follow this system step by step, there's going to be no luck involved. There should be no shocks, no luck. What me and Michael are going to show you basically is that hopefully we've hit all the pitfalls, all the issues, all the problems before you, and we've overcome those. And what we're going to deliver to you today, and hopefully in the future, is a more refined, as near as perfect process as possible. Right? So there's no luck involved. There's no chance. So basically, if you do what we tell you today, you will make money. It's as simple as that. You know, you use the methods, use the basic skills we're going to put in place, you will make money, okay? And as just mentioned, there's literally no way that you cannot make money if you follow this process, as some of the guys in the chat will probably vouch for. I'm not going to read chat, but if the guys that are already doing it, please put your comments in there. All right. So as with any single business model, you know, what we always tell to guys is, what we mentioned at the start, is we can show you absolutely everything, but if you don't put the effort in, nothing will work for you, okay? So you can literally have it put on a plate for you, but if you sit there and do nothing, you won't get results. But if you put the effort in, you know, you apply yourself to what we're going to show you today and in future stuff, you will make money. There's literally no doubt about it, because the method that we've done and what we've experienced, step by step. So you need to just follow the process, and the sales and the money will start coming in. All right. So what we've put together is basically a freebie. So if you stay around till the end, you're going to get this little freebie handed out to you. And what it is, it's the daily principle dropshipping checklist. So if you follow some of these blueprints, basically on your screen there, I don't know if you can see the writing clear enough, but simple things like checking your eBay priority messages, checking your returns, checking your cancellations, doing your inventory management. I'm not going to go through it all because I'd be giving all the secrets away right now. But basically, we're going to give you the checklist. That means that if you follow the checklist, you can literally tick, 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 move on and do well, succeed, right? He says. So, all right. So I just thought to mention, stay around till the end for any Q's and A's. What I might do is halfway through it is when I'm absolutely gasping, when my mouth is dry, I'll have a drink. And what I'll do is I'll just fire some questions in. And then depending if it's important enough, the guys will fire it in. And basically we can have a look at some of them, all right? But if you can't hold your tongue, write them down, stick them in the chat, send them to someone, tag someone in the chat. Please make sure they get answered at the end, right? So moving on. So as mentioned, I'm hoping the Andrew that I saw in the chat is this guy. So I know you can confirm that for me if not. But basically, this is Andrew Patterson, okay? So some of the stuff that I said would show you is factual. What these are is basically actual screenshots of the results and basically the outcomes of Andrew's dropshipping journey, okay? So what you can see there from left to right, yeah, it should be left to right. I'm looking at the screen. It should be the same way around for you guys as well. This is showing you the amount of sales that's showing on his eBay dashboard. So if you're doing eBay now, you will know that this is that screen. You can see what it is. And if you look at the results at the bottom, the timestamps, you'll see it's from July to August, July to August, and July to August. So this is these 3 stores. I think 2 of these are what's called non-API, and one of them is an API. And you can see there's results. He's churning in the last 7 days on the one on the left, just under £500. Last 30 days, you know, call it 1,400 quid. And you can see there on the one that says 90 days, he's only done £1,500. So it just shows you the amount of sales he's made in 31 days. It's pretty much what you see there. There's no lies, there's no exaggeration of the numbers. That account's been around for less than 90 days. By the looks of it, just over 30. And he's pumped that sort of money. Now, if you look on the middle one, if you look at the sales graph, now I know Andrew came up to us, we linked him up to Sale Freaks, and basically he jumped on board with us in a private message group with me and Michael and a few of the other guys. And you can see a clear definition of where his sales have jumped. And that was basically where we plugged in from another software into Sale Freaks and automated the process. We got him on auto order, we got him VAs, which are virtual assistants. For you guys that don't know, it's basically a staff member. And basically automated the process. And what you can see there is his sales have clearly jumped, following the trend. I don't know if my arm's going, but basically that way it's going up. And the sales have pumped. One of those days, absolutely smashed it. So yeah, really, really good results. Now, if you look at the one on the right, you'll see that he is making progression day on day, and that was his screenshots. I think it's when we put the slideshow together. That's the only reason it is showing that from where we did it. But you can see there in the 31 days, he's done nearly £17,000 of sales. So, you know, you add his 3 stores together there. There's what, 17? There's another 4 there. That's 21,000, another 1.5. There's about £23,000 worth of sales in a month across his 3 eBay stores. Okay, so it just shows you there the facts and figures, the sort of results to people. And there's a lovely little picture of Andrew. I don't even know if he knows that we've got this picture. Him and his missus looking lovely.
Commented in the chat to say that trees, picture and all. So yeah,
it's a Christmas trees on there, mate. Looking cheerful.
Some royalties in there for you, mate.
He's probably just never taken the Christmas tree down at his house. He's living the dream all year round. So moving on, this guy will absolutely love me sticking his face up like this. This is Scotty boy. This is Scott Bennett. He's actually from Sheffield. And for the guys at Richmond, he's out towards the Aston area. Probably means nothing to anyone else, but the guy at Richmond, you'll know where that is. This is Scott Bennett. He's a fellow Sheffield Wednesday fan, so big shout out to the house. I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan for my sins. Scotty boy is as well. He goes to all the games and stuff. But this is actually a recorded video that we couldn't actually play on Webinar Jam. So what we've done, we've taken the comments from. If anyone wants to see the video, they can do and listen to Scott's beautiful voice. But basically, with mine and Michael's help, he's grown into a fully functional 6-figure business. Everything I've learned over the last 10 months. So if you can imagine over 10 months, he's turning a 6-figure business. It's down to Del Boy and Rodney, Craig and Michael, all right? So they're absolute experts in what they do. Feels a bit awkward saying that comments here, but basically it's a true comment that Scott's made in a video that he did for us. So we'll move on. This is Dave Makepeace. I don't know if he's on here. I think he was in Thailand, I think, last time I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, or in Turkey. I think he went to Turkey with his mates. He's about a year ago, lost his job due to COVID. And basically 2 months later, he's run into these two giants. I won't call myself a giant. I'm only 5'10". Michael's probably a giant, a bit smaller than that. Their knowledge allowed me to travel the world and live a life I didn't think was possible. And that's Dave. We've known Dave quite a while. He's from Wakefield, I think, Dave. Just or Hull, somewhere around there. Just top of my head. And he's big into the eBay game. He's got many, many stores. And basically, he started with us. This is James Hilton. James works on a lot of things, eBay, dropshipping, amongst others. I'm hoping he's on today. As you can see by the size of them, absolute guns. James is actually like a weightlifter or a bodybuilder. It's an absolute tank, absolute unit. But for his sins, he's a Nottingham Forest fan, so everyone's got a flaw, you can see. But basically, as you can see there on screen, he's come across Craig and Michael. Came highly recommended within the dropshipping community, and he has been a massive weight off my shoulders, giving me loads of time back to focus on other businesses. Now, just to put a bit of context on James's comment there, James actually got involved with the virtual assistants and stuff that we do. And he basically allowed me to go and pump his guns in the gym, I think. So basically what he did, he came to us, he got a member of staff, he automated the process where they did the listings, they did the messages, the returns, the cancellations and stuff, which allowed him to basically smash the gym and turn into the Incredible Hulk by the looks of it. So yeah. Tom, another great picture. Sorry for the screenshot from the video, Tom. But basically, he's been working with us 6 months, taking my store from strength to strength, taught me all the tricks of the trade. You know, I hate talking about myself, but basically, this is some of the comments, and Michael, this is some of the comments that the guys have done. I'm just trying to put into context some of the stuff that the guys working with us have come across and their thoughts. And again, these are all videos. There's nothing we've made up. So if people want to see the videos, by all means, we can find a way to play them and we can listen to all those people. Harvey is actually mine and Michael's accountant, strangely enough. He's a top guy. He does all our accounting for us. And we dragged him into the world of dropshipping. Basically, we taught him to scale the business from a few £100s a month to several thousand. And this is an actual fact that Harvey actually left his accounting job to do dropshipping full time. I think he still does the accounting on the side now. But initially, what he did, he basically has done that well for himself. That it actually afforded him the cash in the outset to set up his own businesses and accounting businesses. And that was off the money of dropshipping. So, you know what? That's great for him. Top lad, Harvey is.
No, he's got a massive accountancy business.
Yeah.
From strength to strength.
Which reminds me, Harvey, if you're watching, mate, I know I've got to submit my VAT returns, mate.
Still does dropshipping.
Not ringing me today, so I'm sorry, mate. I will submit them, I promise you. He's another absolutely stunning couple. Big Luke. It's Luke Rainer, isn't it? Some of the comments there basically saying, I've passed the passive income stage and turned the project into my full-time job and personal business. I'm not going to go and read through all that. I'll probably trip over my tongue about 50 times. But basically, along the way, he's come to Selfreaks. He's learned the step-by-step that we're going to show you guys. And then fast forward 12 months, he has 5 stores. Multiple other avenues, all related to e-commerce, and that's basically working with those guys. So, Luke, you are punching, mate. That's one comment I'll make right there. If we teach you a step-by-step system that just works for anybody and everybody that uses it, would you agree that it would be worth giving us your full attention? So, I've just gone through some of the graph there, basically explaining what the system's all about. Would you agree that basically showing you and going off some of the comments that some of the people have made that this is a good way forward? It's worth sticking around to the end, seeing what we're going to say for you, and basically sticking around for the question and answers. I would highly, highly advise it. All right. So, as you know, inflation is soaring through the roof. The cost of living is going crazy, and recession is biting everybody. One thing I'm not looking forward to is the electricity bills. That's just around the corner. I might have to open another eBay store because everything's pumping up. So, as the way things are going, are you earning enough in your 9 to 5? Or basically, do you need this in your life as an e-commerce? Pick up your eBay and just earn that extra couple £100. Or if you dedicate yourself to it, forget your 9 to 5, replace the wage completely and earn over and above. And do it from the comfort of your living room, basically, to pay your electricity bill. But basically, to earn all your living money, go on your touring, get your car, whatever else, all right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go through, I think I've just sort of covered that in the last bit I just said, but it's having a side hustle or passive income online is more important than ever, just so I do the reasons why. So the reasons why we're going to show it and why it's such an important thing for you to do. Oops, just press the mouse. Don't do that, Craigie boy. So what are we going to show you today? Just keep an eye on the slides, Michael, by the way, for when you need to jump in. I'm not quite sure what slide we're on right now, so just remind me, mate. 118. Am I right, yeah? All right, so we're going to show you today exactly how to set up a dropshipping side income, so without needing any stock. So, I'm selling stuff on eBay. I don't even own this pen. I don't own anything. We're going to show you the ways to do it. And just to prove that I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan there, it does say Sheffield Wednesday on it. Basically, I'm going to show you that you don't need any stock, and you can basically list things online. You can make a sale, and then you can use other people's money to buy your stock, and then you send it straight to them. Very simple, all right? So you don't need large amount of capital, very minimal to none. You don't need any staff to start with, but obviously when you scale, we'll show you how to fit all that in place so that you can automate your business. You take 5 minutes per day or less to run it. Again, depending on your automation methods and the process you put in place, this can take very minimal time of your day. If you link up to Selfie, we'll do all the auto ordering for you or find all the items for you. If you get a member of staff or a VA or a virtual assistant, as they're called, they will basically answer all your messages so you don't have to. So actually, the very minimal process in the middle that you need to do is probably talk to your staff and just oversee the store. And that's about it. Okay, you don't need any experience necessary. We're going to show you everything from start to finish. I'm just going to stop spizzing my pen around, doing my editing myself. Basically, I'm going to show you everything from start to finish, how to do stuff. You don't need any experience. And basically, as mentioned before, you can do it from anywhere in the world, So you guys can, as long as you got access to the internet, as long as you've got a smartphone and you're not running, I wonder if Kaylee's on, one of the burner phones, as Kaylee calls it, that we use for various codes and stuff. We're going to show you ways that if you can get messages, use a smartphone, use a laptop, and you can basically run a business and make a lot of money doing it, okay? So it can be almost fully automated. You don't need to learn to drive any traffic. You don't need to pay for any ads. And you can do it alongside your job. One cool fact is me and Michael learned this fully in and out from full-time jobs that we've been in for 20 years plus. We're going to go on to that in a bit. But basically, we had full-time jobs. We learned this alongside his jobs. You get your dinner hours or you get your time on the side that basically you can run your own base store, okay? But literally anybody can do it. If I've done it, a lad from Yorkshire can do this quite well. I'm sure anybody can do it, all right? So I think I'm just leading up to Mike. I'm just conscious because I can't see the slide numbers on here. So I'm just conscious that, so are we? This slideshow is like this is actually taken from a live event that me and Michael did in Manchester a year ago. I want to say a year ago. Clearly, I'd had a very good summer, as you can probably see by that picture. But this is from a live event that me and Michael did where we basically taught e-commerce to people, and we did what we're going to try and show you guys today. We basically sat there for a day, full live event. We invited the guys up. We had some meals and some drinks with them afterwards. Probably a fair few drinks, to be fair. But we actually sat there. We did a full day linking stuff up, where to find stuff, where to find your products, and how it works, and all the bits in between. All right, so that's the picture that we managed to pull some guy across to take a picture for us. That is a live event that we did. And to prove it, Michael lives in Belfast. I'm in Sheffield. It's probably one of the first times we even met up, actually. Okay. So, that being said, a little about me. This is I've probably had a few more strands of hair than what I've actually got now. This is going. I think that's my oldest. That's my oldest one. That's Thea. I've actually got 2 daughters now. That's my oldest one, Theodora. I've got another one called Beatrix now. Was 3. So this one in the picture is actually nearly 6. That shows you how new that picture is. Yeah. So basically, a little bit about me. I left school at 16, as I've mentioned many times. I am from Sheffield, proud Yorkshire lad. Was born in Mosborough. Lived there up until, I don't know, 24, something like that, 23, 24. And then moved to the other side of city, to Stocksbridge for love. Met my wife, and then moved up to Stocksbridge and lived happily ever after, okay? So as I mentioned, I left school and went straight to work for Sheffield City Council. So for the guy in Richmond, you'll know what I'm talking about. What I did, I worked in housing for Sheffield City Council, okay? So I worked there for 20 years, and I did everything from rents to evicting people to court cases to antisocial behaviour, even to taking rent payments and doing council tax and all sorts when I was a little younger, okay? What I did for the last 10 years of that, I actually ran 2 gypsy and travel sites in Sheffield, okay? So there's 2 official travel sites in Sheffield, and my job for the last 10 years of it, I was working on those sites. Working with the travellers, great set of people, really interesting set of people. And they're basically, you know, the guys in the caravans and stuff. And it was a case of working with the community and working and sorting any issues out and stuff. They did that for 10 years. So where does my background into becoming an eBay or dropshipper or e-commerce or that sort of interest? Where it all started basically is I used to sell, please close your ears if you're anything that's due to law enforcement. I used to deal with dodgy boxes. Now, what I mean by dodgy boxes, probably not the best place to announce this, but I'm trying to be as honest as possible. For those that don't know, it's IPTV. So if you wanted a Amazon Fire Stick, other brands are available. We would put TV on there and you'd pay a little bit. We'd install it and you'd watch a few extra channels, shall we say. But that was where basically our bit of a side hustle came from. I sold hundreds, if not thousands of those boxes, programming them for people so they could potentially watch main events. Disclaimer, wasn't me. Deny all knowledge. So what I was known as originally is this not what I'm known as now. This is something that my missus called me, my wife called me, sorry. The reason I got into this initially for dropshipping, okay, the trigger came for it was while I was doing the dodgy boxes and stuff, I used to have a Kindle. I used to have my phone. And basically I used to sideload, what's called sideloading from the Kindle. So at night, I'd have my phone charging, my laptop charging, the Kindle charging, all basically preparing to do the dodgy boxes. And every time the missus got out of the bed, she'd fall over some charging wires that was charging some kind of device. And she was like, you take the mic, you know, you are the wireman. That's what basically she was taking the mic. So that's where it came from. So the idea of it is selling on eBay. I actually met a guy on a stag do, Big Stu. He had an electronics firm, and he said, well, why are you buying content? So basically when I was the wireman, I looked into going Alibaba, buying loads and loads of stock, having them shipped to our house and having physical stock and then selling it as sales came in. And the guy basically said, why are you doing that? Why don't you just list it and then buy it once someone's paid for it? So basically use their money to buy it. And that's where the drop shipping process came about, okay? So I started drop shipping in Q4 of 2018. I made myself about 1,500 quid by Christmas. And as I've told the story many times, that was selling like light tablets, the early days of light tablets, Crayola light tablets. So when kids can put a piece of paper on a lamp, you could draw around the piece of the paper. And then when you take the piece of paper away, add the trolls or whatever else it was. What I did, I basically said that I had these light tablets, and I'd said in the title that I had both versions of this light tablet. I clearly didn't. The one that everyone wanted was, I think it was the trolls one, and the one that I had was the fairies or something daft like that. And basically what I did in the title, and this is some of the tricks of the trade that me and Michael will show you, I put that I had these light tablets for sale, but be aware that you could receive either or. But clearly they were never going to receive the other one because they all went out of stock in August about 2 weeks into me selling them. So what I had to do was basically just sell the other one. Pay about 1,500 quid. This leads me into meeting Mr. Michael Gervan. What I did with that 1,500 quid is I thought for some reason, do you know what, I'm doing all right at drop shipping. Didn't know everything, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to learn more. So what I did, I found this guy on the internet. I hope he's not watching today, maybe, but he'll know what it is if I'm talking about him right now. I found someone that we thought was a legit guru. I paid him, I think it was £1,000 of about 1,500 quid hard-earned dropshipping money. And the promise was he was going to show me a new software and show me how to dropship and take me to the next level. So what he did do, he introduced me to Sale Freaks. Tick number one, the best thing ever, one of the best things ever did, all right? I got involved with Sale Freaks, and we'll tell you about that why in a bit, all right? The other best thing that he did, it introduced me to a big ugly guy called Mr. Michael Gervan, which is the other chap who sat beside me now, okay? So he basically also paid this fake guru £1,000, and he promised us an 8-week course. He was going to do all these hours, all these whatever else. 4 weeks in, me and Michael quickly worked out this guy absolutely knew nothing, absolute imposter. We were jokingly messaging each other while we were live on webinars and stuff. 5 weeks in, he up sticks, took our money, and I think it was like another 5 people's money, and he actually disappeared to Nicaragua. True story. Took all our money, went touring, and basically scammed us out of his money. So the beauty of that, though, is it left me and Michael together. We said, look, do you know what? I know this. You know that. Let's stick together. And from that process back in 2018 to current, we stuck together, and basically we have progressed our stores and made sales and stuff. And basically we've sort of helped each other along the way. Yeah, I made that. The initial concept of why I wanted to do it, I wanted to replace £200 a month. When this picture that you see on screen was taken, the lead up to that is my wife, who also works for Sheffield City Council actually, wanted to go on maternity or whatever else. So I said, you know, you don't want to go back afterwards. Let's earn a bit of money to help with the fees, help with the mortgage at the time. I'm going to go on eBay, start dropshipping, and try and make, you know, a couple £100 a month. That was a sole outset, and basically quite quickly we worked out that we could earn quite a lot more money from than £200 quite quickly. Okay. So in between there, we've mentored students at Sale Freaks and other platforms, and we've done live events and stuff to the point where I've left my 9 to 5, you know, and now we are in the e-commerce business, and why we're here talking to you guys today. Okay, so I'm just looking at the slides, and that should lead me on to Mr. Michael Gervan, and here we are. Looking better in that picture, mate.
Thank you, Craig. Yeah, that was before I started drop shipping. Financially good, but not good for the old hair loss and grey hairs and whatnot. And I think probably the kids did that too. Yeah, so thanks everyone again for joining. Thanks, Craig, for that great intro. I still to this day absolutely love your story, our story. You know, it's pretty much the same story, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much. So I, like Craig, left school at 16. I had no interest in school. My mom always used to say to me, you know, you'd rather look out the window for 2 hours than like read a book or do some revision. It was just really nothing that I was interested in. I was more like if anything, I was interested in the creative stuff. I was interested in art and design and things like that. But I went to college to do art, and it very quickly dropped out of that as well, because I kind of just wanted to make money, and to make money, you kind of needed a job. I knew that, like, you know, doing art, I could very quickly see that I wasn't going to end up in a job that really suited what I really thought was what I wanted at the time. So I worked in and out of call centers, really, really rubbish jobs when I was 18. And really that was just money to go out at the weekends with. So party all weekend, back to work on Monday, rinse and repeat, same sort of thing. And then due to pressures from my parents, you know, you need to get a good job. My parents had good jobs. My dad was in the police force, and mum was a teacher. So in fact, actually, my mum started applying for jobs for me, because she was like, look, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. That's kind of like a weird situation to look back on. But she was like, look, I've applied for these jobs. I got a job at the bank. I actually really liked the job at the bank at the start. I kind of felt a little bit important, you know. Suddenly, from going to work in a call center in jeans and a hoodie, I was now going to work in a suit and tie. I had this like false idea that I was like in this important job. And then the longer that I worked in the bank, I worked my way up. I did all my financial services exams, my mortgage advisor exams. I ended up being a mortgage advisor for the bank. So fast forward 17 years down the line, I've got a good job, I've got a nice wife, I've started having kids, but I knew that the job just wasn't for me. I'd always been interested in eBay. I'd been in eBay actually from like I was like 15 or 16. I was using my dad's eBay account. I was basically maybe not just as dodgy as Craig, but probably just as, in reality, just as dodgy. I was burning CDs. I was selling like DJ sets from various different places, like downloading them all online and then selling them as a burnt copy on the CD. Various different hustles like this. In and out of eBay. So I knew the platform really, really well. I was buying and selling stuff locally, buying it locally, selling it on eBay. I've always been of that mindset of just, buying and selling, making extra money here and there. And that followed right the way through up until I stumbled across dropshipping. So at the point when I stumbled across dropshipping, I was actually buying and selling a lot of Pokemon cards, which again is another stretch from Craig's dodgy boxes and the Wireman story. I was basically buying Pokemon cards off Gumtree, off eBay, buying big bundles, sifting through them, sending the really rare ones, the nice hidden gems, off to get graded, and then selling them on when they had a higher grade, and then bundling up the smaller packages anyway. So I was really into Pokemon cards. It was a really good kind of extra side hustle from me. And I was actually looking on YouTube how to do something with regards to eBay. I was looking at it, like how to do like a specific like variation listing or something like this. And the video then went on to an advert, and it was one of these guys that, you pay, X amount of money and they'll teach you how to do eBay dropshipping. And I just took it upon myself to like kind of go and search for dropshipping videos. And what I loved about it was, at this point in time, every day I was spending my lunch hour standing in the post office queue. So every day, every night I would come home, I would check my eBay, I would then start boxing up the Pokemon cards and the packages that I was selling. I was selling like reselling sneakers and reselling other various things as well as the Pokemon cards. So every night I would kind of come home, 1 or 2 eBay sales or maybe 20 eBay sales. I was then having to package those up, and then the only time I could get them posted, I was on the lunch hour. And with dropshipping, I was like, okay, so I can actually sell this stuff. I don't need to have the stock for a start. And also I don't need to post the parcels out. I don't need to waste my lunch hour anymore. So it started off as, does this actually work? So I started thinking, okay, I'll list some products, and then you get that first sale and you think, wow, like someone's actually paid for this. I've sent it out. There's been no issues. And a bit like Craig, I started around the same time as him, and I made like £1,000 or something in the space of, let's say 3 months. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. I thought, like, I want to take this to the next level. I didn't know anything about software, about scaling, about any of these things. And I actually messed up my eBay account because it wasn't, the model that I was doing was a bit risky. So that's again when we paid this shall we say fake guru to teach us, and I'll not go over that again, but that's how I met Craig. So every cloud and all that, through this guy I met Craig, and we chatted through a Facebook group for like I don't know how long it was, but it was probably like 2 years, nearly 2 years. We never met face to face. We both grew our eBay businesses, or both our wives who have now met, and all the rest of it. We still laugh that we spent so much time on the internet talking to this other, man that we'd never met before, which again, even just 2 years ago seemed very, very strange for, a mid-30s kind of man, like a wife like mine who's pretty old school in that sense. Just like, what, you're on webcam with like what is going on here? It was really, really, really weird. But then as time went on, you're on mute, Craig, but yeah, as time went on, we formed a great relationship, and everyone kind of knew each other. It was pretty cool. We ended up actually meeting for the first time, which is again another pretty cool story. Was we were sitting like coming towards the end of the lockdown, and another group of entrepreneurs and e-commerce guys pretty much said, like, we're in Turkey, do you want to come out and like we'll meet up and we'll talk like business, we'll talk e-commerce. So I got on to Craig and I said, do you want to go to Turkey and meet up? So bearing in mind at this point, we'd never really spent any money out of our business, and our first treat out of our own business that we had joined, we had single business and joint eBay accounts and other businesses between us. And the first time we spent any money out of that business was to spend like a couple of grand to go to Turkey for you know, 3 or 4 days in a 5-star hotel, penthouse suite, jacuzzi. Like, it was just crazy. I came out, meet Craig. He's in a hot tub, loads of beers. It was just a pretty cool story. So, you know, that we met these other entrepreneurs we'd never met before. It was really, really amazing. And again, like Craig, I get into dropshipping thinking if I can make 100 quid, 200 quid, you know, that's a tank of fuel. Or, you know, we love going away on holidays, so, you know, it could help pay off a holiday. I just had my second child a number of months just after I started dropshipping. And I thought, like, do you know what? I only earned like a couple of grand in the bank, which was fine. I mean, it paid the bills. We lived in a nice house. We got away on holiday, but really after that, we didn't have much disposable income every month. So it was really important for me to have this little side hustle, and that's what I used the eBay for. And then as you start doing this process, and if you can make £100, you suddenly think, if I can make 100, surely I can make 150, and then suddenly becomes 150, becomes 250 and 500. And you just scale up the business. However, what Sale Freaks then brought in for us was the ability to actually scale our business and actually automate our business and bring in staff. All these things that I thought was absolutely unimaginable for someone that was still working a 9-to-5 job, to have this other business that was actually slowly, well, not even slowly, it sort of started slowly, but then compounded quite quickly into this business that was suddenly making more money than my 9-to-5 job. The job that I didn't really like, and I loved this other side hustle. I loved this eBay stuff. I loved how scalable it was. I loved how automated it was. I loved how in control I was of my business. I loved how in control I could be of my spare time. You know, it wasn't like I was spending every single spare moment of time looking at this business model. And then it got to the point where we had scaled the business that much, that we believed in ourselves that much, that we believed in the process, that we both ended up leaving our 9-to-5 jobs to do this full time, to do e-commerce full time. What I also really love about mine and Craig's story is that we still do drop shipping. We do everything else, but we still love the business. We fully commit to being drop shippers, having our fingers on the pulse, where a lot of these guys that sell video courses or whatever, it's all repackaged information that goes out of date very quickly, and they don't actually do the business models themselves, which really, really annoys me, and which is why I don't really sell any, you know, info products or courses, like video courses on this kind of stuff, because for me, it's about keeping the circle small. And as you can imagine, as you can, going back to those people that Craig was reading through their testimonials, those are people that we have met that are now 1 year, 2 years into their dropshipping journey, that are still dropshipping, that have made money, that have left their jobs to do dropshipping and other e-commerce business models, that have kind of followed the process and are now also living the dream. But also, more importantly for me, is the relationships that we've built up with people, that they've learned a lot off us, but in turn, with having those close relationships, we've actually learned a lot from them as well. You know, you learn different ways to do things, you see things from different perspectives. The more eyes on things, the quicker that you can get on the ball, you know, with an ever-changing environment in terms of e-commerce and all these things. But these, as you can hear Craig reading out those comments, those are all people that we're in contact with, that we have really, really good relationships with. And I guess that's what we want to try and build. What we're trying to do here is build that community and build a group of people that can be real, you know, someone used the word giants, but we want to basically grow a few giants ourselves. And what we have done with those people is exactly that. But one of the biggest things for me now, having the 9-to-5, you know, the 9-to-5 gone, I say this often, I've got rid of the 9-to-5 and I've now got the 24/7 because I don't stop. Neither does Craig. We don't stop doing what we're doing, but it's a life of freedom. It's a life of, I can take my business anywhere. I can train my staff to do whatever I do. I can check anything. I can do it from a phone if I need be. As long as I have the preparation and plans in place, I can do anything anywhere in the world. And because I love traveling, because my wife loves traveling, and we can take the business anywhere, then that's something really important to me. I know there's a couple of cheesy pictures here. You know, I'm in Dubai. You know, the middle one is just going off to like a glamping site for the weekend, but you know, I can take my kids away. I don't have to worry about you know work or the 9 to 5, or if I want to go to, you know, it's even down to simple things. If I want to go to the dentist or I want to take my car in for an MOT, and why I say MOT, because I just got an email to say that I missed my MOT on Monday. I completely forgot about it, so I had to pay to book to do the bloody thing again. So that was a little bit annoying, but when I want to do it, I can go and do it. I don't have to ask for any time off, and that's massive for me. I can take my kids into school. I can pick them up from school. I can take them to appointments. I can take them to football. I can take them to dance. And for me, that's like a bigger reward than even the financial rewards can be. Another couple of pictures. The big lad, Craig. Again, these couple of pictures were taken in Turkey when we met for the first time ever. Bottom right-hand corner was when we met up more recently in Liverpool, when the wives all met each other for the first time. As you can see, we both like a pint. Very shortly after this picture, I'm sorry, Craig, but Craig fell asleep into his massive tomahawk steak, which he used as a pillow for the rest of the night. I ate mine. I enjoyed it. It was very, very nice. And then he got a second wind and it was all good and he was dancing, but we will definitely not be showing you those pictures. And yeah, so again, as Craig mentioned earlier, we do the same thing now to help other people, unlike the fake gurus. We keep our network very, very small. We keep it very, very close knit. We focus a lot on the attention to detail because we want people to learn how we do it, how we scale, how we automate everything. So as you can see, again, another couple of pictures from the live event where we went through our business model. We taught everything from A to Z, as you can see. These kind of live events are very good. We get to network with people after. Again, it's about building those relationships, about cementing those relationships together. Some of this, again, very, very important to us to be able to do, because I think there's a lot less of this these days. And I think it's very, very important. So this is what we want to be able to do for you guys potentially in the future. So what if I was to tell you that 10% of what I do, so if you could do 10% of what I do per day is £400 per day, could that be life-changing to you? As I mentioned earlier, £100 for me would have been actually life-changing. So it depends what life-changing means for you. Everyone has different meanings of life-changing. You know, going back to what Craig said about, you know, recessions coming, the cost of electricity, like, you know, £100 would have bought me a lot more units than it's going to buy me next month. But we just have to make a little bit more money, and that's the beauty about the eBay dropshipping being so scalable. And what I found out very, very early on, how scalable it was. So we mentioned about 4,000 of sales, for example. You know, I see a lot of people in the chat, is that profit? I wish it was profit, but 4,000 in sales on average off one eBay account, which is my biggest account, is making, give or take, between 8 to 13% margins, and some more on top if we include other bonuses and other bits and pieces that will go through again on this webinar. So, you know, stay tuned, because we're gonna show you some of those other ways as well. But that's just on one eBay account. I've scaled my business sideways, as has Craig. I'm running multiple eBay accounts right now. I'm running maybe 10 eBay accounts, ranging from 4,000 a day right down to ones that I'm pretty much watering, like cabbages that are making, you know, 20 to 30 quid's worth of sales per day. But I know if I keep watering those cabbages, they're going to grow into nice big cabbages that are going to provide, I don't know, big cabbages. But you get the idea. You know, you plant the seed grows, and then you eat fruit off the apple tree. It doesn't come on day one, doesn't come on day two. The tree's got to grow, you've got to bear fruit, and then it's time to eat. And that's what we do. You've got to be patient. It doesn't happen overnight. But 10% of what I do, £400 you know, per day in sales, it's going to net you around 40 or 50 quid. You know, that's massive money. You take that over a week, you take it over a year, it's absolutely huge. And the beauty about it is we know people that do much better than us. Like we know our eyes have been opened over the years when we see operations. So there's guys running 200, 300 eBay accounts and they're doing 1 million of sales per month. Like operations, like I'm talking call center operations where they have an office where there's banks and banks of desks of people running customer service, running everything. Like it runs much deeper than I imagine even like Amazon FBA sellers and things. The people that do big Amazon FBA seller things, I don't believe there's many people running like more than 2 or 3 accounts, 10 accounts, 20 accounts. It could be completely wrong. But with eBay, you can acquire so many accounts. You can grow much bigger. You can open up multiple accounts. You can get friends, families, buy eBay accounts online. You can scale your business sideways to the max. Like I say, there's guys doing 200, 300 accounts and they think this is nothing. So it's pretty crazy. So what I always thought is if I could do just a fraction of what these guys are doing, then I'll be doing pretty well. I remember I was speaking to one guy, one big eBay dropshipper, a guy called Tom, massive back in the day. And I said to him, like, how do I get to this level? How do I do this? And the one simple thing that I always remember that he said to me was the only difference between you and I is time. You know, you may not be doing it right now, but if you carry on the way you're doing and you carry on with the right method and you're patient, the only difference is time. And he was right because, you know, a year, 18 months after that conversation, me and Craig both eclipsed what he was doing. We refined it, we scaled it better. And we did more than what he did. So it's amazing what you can do when you actually believe in it and you have confidence. So if I could show you how to make an extra 30 to 100 pounds per day or more in your spare time over the next 45 days, what difference would that make to your life? If you want to drop in the chat, even just you know, what would a tenner a day, you know, make a difference to your life? What would 20 quid, 30 quid? You know, for me when I started off, like I said, like I was making like 3 and 4 pounds a day and thought this was absolutely amazing. I was doing nothing for it. I was literally doing nothing, or what I felt was nothing. I went from standing in the post office every day to basically being on a computer 30 minutes, 40 minutes in the evening and making a tenner, you know, 100 quid a month, 300 quid a month. I thought it was amazing. So would you be able to go on holiday? Would you be able to buy a new car? Would it put towards your mortgage payment? You could invest in crypto stocks, property investment, or something else. You know, there's the possibilities are endless with this. So in this training, what we want to be able to show you is exactly how to build the dropshipping income in your spare time. So basically everything that you need to grow that business, to scale that business, to automate that business. And then if you need it, offer step-by-step guidance, coaching, and mentorship to build it with you every step of the way. So that's pretty much every step of the way in terms of holding your hand, having complete access to us, just like those other guys that you've seen before, in terms of building those relationships, that you have those one-on-one accesses to us to basically learn how we do it in every step of the way. So I'm going to pass you back over to Craig, but I'm sure you will agree that does sound good. And Craig, you're still on mute, I believe, buddy. And now your camera's off. He's gone. He's left me to do the rest. Oh, he's back.
Don't know what came right there.
God, I can hear you now, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, mate. Just I just clicked next slide and it just kicked me out for some reason. The beauty of live. So yeah, basically what we've basically been going over there is we like to not only do we like to show you how to do the physical side in eBay and stuff, we like to basically show you that we are regular average guys, we are regular Joes, as they like to say. And it's a case of if we can do it, anybody can do it. So, you know, we've shown our backstory. We're regular kind of guys. We've done the 9 to 5. We've both got a couple of kids. same ages actually, around the 5 and 6 and the 3 and 4 year olds. We're both married, so we've got very, very busy lives. We've got numerous businesses, but we are still managing to run these dropshipping businesses at a push. I've even got an absolute crazy cockapoo that drives me wild that I'd spend hours sorting out. He's an absolute nutcase, and I've got a little crazy little King Charles Cavalier dog as well. So it just shows that we're all regular guys with families and dogs and houses. And if we can do it, and if you follow what we're going to show you, you guys can do it too. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, now you've learned a bit about Delboy and Rodney, we're going to basically show you how to do a bit of drop shipping. So, strap in. I just saw somebody in chat. I thought someone about me leaving then. So basically what we're going to do is basically I'm going to show you the what, the why, and the how to build a dropshipping store using Selfreaks. And we're going to show you how to use Selfreaks, because that's the one that we use, all right? And this is a very successful method of doing it. What is dropshipping? Which I'll flip over to the next one. So the dropship model, for those of you that aren't aware of what dropshipping is, some guys might do Amazon FBA, or they might be doing Shopify, for instance, buying physical products, which means that if you've got £1,000 a month to spend, you're going to spend 500 quid on stock or 200 quid on stock, whatever that is. It means that until you sell those products, that money is tied up in physical goods. That basically it's no good to you until you actually sell it. So if it doesn't sell, you sat there with a bunch of something that might absolutely be a dud. But the beauty of dropshipping is you don't spend any money whatsoever of your own money. All right, very little. In fact, maybe a bit of software money. Okay. So the idea being is you list things that you don't have on eBay that are selling well on Amazon. And basically, once someone pays you for that marked up product, so if it's on Amazon for a tenner, you sell it for 30 quid, someone will pay you £30. And then what you do is you use that £30, you take £10 out to go and buy the product, because that's how much it's worth on Amazon, and you ship it to the person direct to their home, okay? So what the model is showing you right now, the actual dropship model, now this applies to everything, not just eBay. This is the same for whatever system you're using, is number one. Now my mouse doesn't show on this. I don't know how to get a pointer, but I'll try and go for it. Okay. Number one means the customer pays your list price. So basically, our list price is our markup. So we mentioned earlier about the margins, 8 to roughly 13, 14, 15%. We'll find something on Amazon or another supplier, and then what we'll do, we'll add that and the fees. So obviously, there's an eBay fee for selling on their website. We'll mark it up and list it on eBay. So something that might have been a tenner to buy could end up being mid-20s to £30 to sell online, okay? So the idea being is number one, we list the product onto your SF store, which is your Selfreak store. And then what we do, the person pays, and that money goes straight direct into your bank account. So basically, as you know, on eBay now, there's a managed payment, and basically managed payments, there's no more PayPal, none of that stuff. On eBay, they'll basically send it straight to your bank account, okay? So once that goes to your bank account, you can use that money to go and buy that product. So which is the supplier, which is just at the side of number two. You get that money, you go to that supplier, and all you do is you go on the website and you make a purchase, the exact same as you make a purchase on any single website. The difference being is, well, there's two. Make sure the billing address, I thought Michael had done a run of that like I did. So on the billing address, you always put your own, because that's where you need to keep the price of your invoices in your stock. Well, then for the shipping address, you just simply put the client's delivery address. So whatever the person who bought the item on eBay puts as their delivery address, you take that address and you paste it. Well, you don't even need to, because the system, Selfreaks, will do it for you. It copies and pastes the postal address straight into Amazon, and it basically sends that item direct to them. So at no point do you stick your dirty little mates on those products. You don't touch them. You don't get involved with it. You don't go lifting. You don't go to the shop. Lifting, that sounds like some kind of burglar's phrase, isn't it? Basically, you don't go to the shop and buy it. You don't go and post it. You don't basically have to leave the seat. You just let everything else take care of it for you, okay? So the difference being is you keep the money in the middle, because they're shipping it direct to that person. So out of that £30, you've kept 20. You spent 10 on the product. You've got £20 left in your bank. That product is sent direct to the customer. The beauty about the returns, it doesn't show it on this model, but the beauty about the returns basically is if that customer comes to you on eBay and says, I don't like this item, wrong color, wrong size, broken, whatever, it doesn't matter to you as an eBay owner, as a store owner, as a business owner, because you've got no need to stress, because Amazon are one of the best companies on the planet for free returns, and they'll give you a free shipping label. So all you do is, or your staff do, you go back to that customer on eBay, or sorry, you go to Amazon, get the returns label, you take that returns label and just give it straight to the customer on eBay. So when that customer goes to the post office and sticks the return label on top, post office will scan it. You'll get a refund for the Amazon return. The item goes straight back to Amazon. So again, you don't even touch it. And then when the money's back in your bank account, just refund the customer. So at no point are you using your own money or you getting involved or stressed in the system. You use their money to buy, and guess what? You refund them with their own money. Very easy. All right? Great business model. So what are the biggest advantages, especially using Selfie and the methods we're going to show you, mate? I don't know why I said mate. Quite a few of you on the same mate too. 213 to be exact. It's very automated. So the system of how eBay works and opening cases and stuff, and the beauty of how Selfie work, it talks to eBay all the time via API connections and stuff. So it means that when cases are opened, it can all talk to each other, and basically staff can do a very good job of running your store, or the system can place orders for you. So as an order comes in, Selfie is clever enough to notice that there's a sale on eBay. It drags all that information across to Selfie, and what it does, it automatically copy and paste that buyer's address into Amazon. It places the order automatically on Amazon, so you don't even have to click any buttons, and it sends it buttons. That's not so Yorkshire, buttons, and it sends it direct to the customer. Okay, so again, very automated. As we mentioned before, it's a portable business. All you need is a laptop or a phone, or you don't even need that. Just have a member of staff that's doing it for you. Then you just check in whenever you need to check in during the week. It's very timeless. This is something that basically, as you'll see on one of the next slides, I think it is. Everyone always says dropshipping is dead. Nada. Not a chance. We've been doing this for 4 years. There is so many levels to dropshipping. The only reason that dropshipping won't work is if basically you're not brave enough or you're not bothered enough to try other methods. You just basically give up. All right. So as mentioned, we don't hold stock. There is absolutely no shipping or handling of the stock. You don't touch any products whatsoever. So, you know, your hands are going to be absolutely fine. Very low risk, because at the end of the day, you're listing items you haven't even got. So you haven't had to spend anything. And if no one buys anything, you've not lost anything. The item just stays there on eBay. So until they buy something, there's no cost. All right. Very low capital needed. And for the returns that it kicks out for doing very little, unbelievable investment. Okay. And again, it's fully outsourceable. You can get staff, you can get software, and you can get the training off us. So really, you don't even need the brain cells to do it. You just basically need to plug in, engage, and put the effort in, and you're good to go. All right. So, but wait, isn't dropshipping dead? I feel like I've just said that. So basically, dropshipping is not dead. It's far from it. I have literally, from the minute me and Michael's been doing this, I think Michael backed me up on that. There's always a guru, always someone that says dropshipping is dead. Not a chance is dropshipping dead. You know, we're going to show you the facts and figures in a minute of our stores, so you see the actual numbers. It is not dead. It is far from it. There's fantastic softwares out there, including Selfies that basically will do it all for you. And again, the only ways around things, people get put off by Amazon accounts, for instance, getting closed or not being able to open boot stores. But all you need to do is basically learn the know-how, how to do it, how we do it, and basically you'll know that actually the blockade or the problem in front of you wasn't as big as what you thought. Okay. So one of the main things that that top bullet point makes me laugh. Isn't it against Amazon or eBay terms of service? No. So yeah, so basically it's not illegal. The only problem you'll get with dropshipping, okay, is your nerves. There is no problem with you doing it. There's ways around dropshipping. You just need to learn the methods, okay? So bullet point number 1 is, I should put girl in there as well. You need to pull on your big boy girl pants because you basically, obviously, don't wear it, girls, if you're a bloke. That came out completely wrong. But basically, pull on your big pants because you need to be brave and you need to be willing and brave enough to face some of the challenges that come your way from Amazon or whatever supplier dropshipping, okay? There's going to be twists and turns. There's going to be problems. The only way that it's going to fall on its backside is basically if you give up. There's no other way of it going wrong, okay? So we've been doing it for 4+ years. It is not illegal. We'll answer the questions and stuff at the end to go over that because that is the whole question on its own. And again, you'll learn that in what we're going to show you in a bit. So as just mentioned, you need to adapt and overcome. You need to evolve, okay? So don't worry about the Amazon packaging. I've just seen that pop up on chat. I'm going to close chat. Don't worry about the Amazon packaging. Me and Michael do 200 to 300 orders a day. And I bet at the end of the month, if I see that question 3 or 4 times, It's not a problem. The only people that have a problem is if they're not being bothered to research on Amazon for the cheaper price in the first place. And even then, there's not a lot they can do. So don't worry. No one says anything about Amazon packaging. If you want to play it by the book, your entire life, get a job in a library. So if you want to play it by the book your entire life, get a job in a library. I don't know why that says it about 3 times. Well, there you go. Someone's mentioned it about 3 times at the bottom. But don't worry about it. Basically, with dropshipping, you're going to have to dance in the grey areas a few times. There's nothing illegal about it, but you've got to be prepared to move with the times and just think outside the box. The only reason that people don't succeed is they give up at the first hurdle. But obviously, being involved with our community, being involved with me and Michael and the guys we've shown and stuff, they will show you ways and means to get around whatever obstacle you face, because we've all been there, we've all done it, and we're still doing it 4+ years later. Just to cue for others in chat, just on slide, whatever that is, just take that repeat of library out. It says you've got to play it by the book, library. Okay. So what have we got? Or what we're going to show you basically, you've got to fly under the radar. Pro tip. So basically under the radar is you've got to basically convince eBay that you are a regular user. Now, what I mean by that is if people are using software, sometimes eBay don't like softwares, but as long as you play it by the books, you do it regular, and basically you list as per how many times we tell you to list, you've got to basically convince eBay that you're a trustworthy seller, and basically that you're not going to be some kind of con artist that's basically trying to fleece the money into a runner. So you've got to basically appear as a regular user, I've just said. So basically list a certain amount of times, don't abuse the auto order, don't list excessive amounts of products. So, for instance, don't go on there and list 10,000 products, but straight away, eBay is going to go, hang about, that's some kind of robot or software. We're not going to agree to that. But as long as you do it by the structures that we put in place, you will get around the system and you'll be able to make sales and make a lot of sales at that, okay? So be mindful of any VRO or restricted or counterfeit items. So as with anything, again, if you're an Amazon seller or an eBay seller, you'll be aware of the IP claims or the VRO claims. Basically, what that means is people that've got any copyright or any image or design instances where they've tried to protect themselves and they're trying to stop other people from selling them or trying to make fake products and stuff. So as long as you're not trying to force those, what Selfie does, it has a VRO checker, a VRO database. So if you even try to list those items, there is an excessive database that will stop you from even listing those items in the first place. So again, protecting you from even getting pulled, whatever. End of the day, VRO blocks do happen. Someone can just register a brand tomorrow. You won't know about it. Be on your store. The worst case, you get a warning, or you might get a 3-day block. But it's part of the system. It's part of the process. And going back to what I said on the slide before, put on your big boy pants, get over it, move on, live to fight another day. There's no, if I've lost count of how many VRO issues we've had in the past. It's all part of the process, and you still make money, okay? So one of the pro tips and one of the main ones is upload your tracking, okay? What eBay are looking for is an absolute customer experience. So basically they want their customers to get the best experience possible. So what does that involve? They're getting the best items and the product listing. So it's a good picture, it's a good listing, it's a very reasonable price, and you're shipping it fast and free or quick. Well, of course you're going to ship it fast and free because you're using Amazon Prime. So don't worry about that. It'll be there the same day or the next day. Very good delivery. They'll never fault us for that. And the other one is where about in that system is their item? Don't worry about that. Selfie will upload all your tracking for you to every single item, every single purchase. If it doesn't, it's just a case of being clever and making sure that whatever supply you've got, be Johnny on the spot, go and get your tracking, upload it to your eBay item. Just let that person know that their item's either in dispatch, it has been dispatched, it's there, or it's under the bin, or neighbours nicked it. Whichever way, it doesn't matter. As long as you prove that someone's got it or where it is in the process, fantastic. Okay, so just make sure the customer experience is absolutely spot on. Try and impact the things that you can impact. Your messages, your returns, being on the point, being quick, and making sure that things are done in correct amount of time, speedy amount of time. Don't know what the word I'm looking for there, but you get my point. Will it get my Amazon or eBay account shut down? As with absolutely anything on this planet, eBay and Amazon or any other softwares or any other platforms can do this at any point. It doesn't matter if you're drop shipping, they could do it for any reason. It could be someone using incorrect details. It could be someone using multiple eBays or fake accounts, fake credit cards, fake addresses, some accounts will get shut. All right, but it's not the end of the world. There is ways and methods that we show you in what we're going to show you at the inner circle, that you can get those accounts back. eBay accounts, you can appeal them. There's certain methods and procedures that we can put in place to help you get your accounts back, as well as the Amazon accounts. Don't be precious about the Amazon accounts. I think it's on one of the next slides, I think. Somewhere, yeah, there is. So I'm just looking on the other side there on the next slides. Me and Michael run anywhere from 60 to 100 Amazon accounts at any one time, placing orders. As I've just mentioned, we do 200 to 300 orders a day each. So to process that amount of orders, we have anywhere from 60 to 100 plus Amazon accounts that are linked and placing orders on auto order at any one time. So you can imagine the amount of automation that needs, and we're still only putting minimal minutes in a day, just shows you how automated that system can be. But to come back to the question, don't be afraid of this, what's on the screen right now, eBay or Amazon accounts getting shut down. There's ways and means and methods that we show you to keep your account open in the first place. But also, if it does go down, don't worry about it. There's things that we can put in place to help you get it back or give it a very good shot at getting it back. All right. So again, pro tips, I sort of covered it on the last slide, is good metrics. Impact everything that you can impact on. You know, it's all good and well saying everything's automated, but always impact the stuff that you can do. So the things that you can impact, and this is a bit about you putting your effort in and applying yourself to your business, because don't forget, at the end of the day, this is your business. It's gone are the days that eBay was some secondhand nonsense. You're going to be running this as a proper business and making some money. And as proven by me and Michael, we do this full time. This is our main incomes, okay? So you've got to look after it and treat it as such, as your business, okay? So if you look after your business, you know, if this went down and you lost all your money, or because you couldn't be bothered to do your returns and do it all properly, that's on you. You know, we can tell you how to do it, but you've still got to do it, okay? So good metrics. So what do I mean by that? Deliveries on time, doing your negative feedbacks, doing your returns, doing your repricing properly, dealing with any customer complaints, be on point, and basically like the good customer service links into what I've just said, and the returns and stuff. Impact the stuff that you can impact. If you're going to make £1 profit on something, but someone's turned around and said, oh, it's turned up in an absolute abysmal condition, do you know what? For the sake of that £1 or £2 or £3 profit, lose the battle, win the war, refund it, refund that person, lose your 20 quid. It doesn't matter, because you're always going to make that money up elsewhere. But for the sake of losing a couple of pounds here and there, you keep that customer on point. eBay are absolutely loving it. The fact is that you've dealt with it quick and as quick as you can and efficiently as you can. Don't worry about it. You can move on and then keep moving, keep making your profit and go on, okay? So pretty much what the pro tips are saying there is do everything within your power, that are all within your power quite easily, to impact it and improve on where you are, okay? Do your return, dispatch your items on time, post your items, source and sell good products. You can do any kind of sourcing. We're going to show you that on the inner circle. We can show you how to get leads. We've got ways of getting leads for you, so finding individual ASIN numbers. We've got software, which is Selfie, which will scan all the best-selling items on Amazon and other suppliers that are coming in the coming weeks. So that's a hint for everyone who's a current Selfie user. Basically, there is things coming that basically we will be able to source those products by using the software and linking them direct to eBay, so it will list them for you. But if you're old school and you want to go manual resourcing, searching and sourcing, then we will show you how to snipe. We'll show you how to find sellers that are already selling good items. And as Michael sort of touched on earlier, I think he worded it slightly different, is we will find items that are selling well. And guess what? We'll jump on that same listing. We'll sell the same item, possibly even the same title. Or we might change a couple of words around. And we don't need the whole pie. We just need a piece of the pie. So you do enough pieces of the pie, you've made a lot of money, okay? So moving on, and stay within eBay's limits and guidelines. So that is your late delivery rates and everything else that come with it. All on your dashboard, we'll show you all that as part of the service. This makes me laugh because I'm having this little one at the minute. So basically, this is one of the pro tips. If you are a current come on, Craig boy. If you're a current Amazon seller, so you've got an Amazon Seller Central account, do not link the two. So if you've got like a buyer account that you've been dropshipping with, or you've done anything with, do not create a seller account in the exact same name, because if one gets shut, it can link the two. So there's a pro tip for you, okay? So basically, if one gets down or it gets questioned, that could be for the fact of you know, Amazon don't need many reasons to close an account. You could have got your billing addresses wrong and something might not link properly. You could be drop shipping. There's many reasons why a buyer account could go down. But if that's linked to the same login, so for instance, you've got craig@gmail.com for your buyer account, but then you decided to use the same email for your seller account. If one goes down, the other can. So the idea is if you're ever going to do one or the other, use different names, well, clearly not different names, but different email addresses so that the login details aren't the same. So you're basically not going to tie one and bring the house down. Okay?
Yeah. So just to cover that up as well, Craig, you mentioned names. I've had multiple Amazon accounts shut in my name. And my seller account is absolutely fine. It's not linked in any way, shape, or form. The only time we ever see this happening is if, as Craig said, the email address is used for the same buyer account and the same seller account. And I would also advise, just as an extra bit of security, to have a different, a different credit card linked, just to be extra sure. But just different email will protect you against this. Sorry, Craig, go ahead.
That's right. No, so basically, just to touch on what Michael just said there, very good point, is buy different credit card and bank account cards, remember. If you're opening a business account, because don't forget, once you've reached a certain level, normally up to 85 grand on eBay selling and stuff, you're thinking about doing for VAT registration and stuff. If you then register a business and become a business seller, you will then, I would recommend always, this is another pro tip, is set yourself up accordingly, get yourself a business set up, get yourself a business bank account. What normally comes with that is we love American Express, which we're going to touch on in a minute, so you can see the benefits of that as well. Is you can always order numerous American Express cards under that same. So basically, you can have like staff cards and stuff like that. So it's nothing dodgy about it. It's just a case of you just got a different card that you can use. So basically, it's just a different number that you can use to create another account. Very simple process, but gets around the system, all right? So if you lose a buyer account, getting a new one is easy. And by that, I don't know how clear that picture is, but if you can see on screen there, that is an actual screenshot of, I don't know if it's Michael's or mine's, one of the two. But this is a screenshot from within Selfies. Every single one of these that is linked, or you can see there, has a completely different email address, a completely different name. I think the emails have been taken out. Yes, they have. As you can see there, they've all got various amounts of balance on them. These are literally sat there like a hive, like a nest on the Selfies account, waiting for the orders to come in. And basically, as the orders come in, they will basically pick all the orders up in turn. So even if 10 came at once, don't worry, you've got X amount of accounts sat there. They will always pick the orders up and process the orders for you in a timely fashion. Obviously, if you get too many at one time, it'll just stack them in a queue and it'll get to them as and when it gets to them. But what I'm trying to prove to you there, and what we're going to show you as part of the inner circle and stuff, is don't worry, we've got tons of buyer accounts. There is always a way around the system, of which we'll show you later on. Okay, so don't worry. What I'm showing you there is possible. Oh, there you go. So that's basically what I've just said. So we also have access to services whereby you don't even need to use your own account. I don't think I've even got any of my personal ones linked anymore. I used to. Got to the point where I just stopped creating them, and now I just get accounts. And we use them. If they go down, hey ho, you move on to the next one, and carry on. So yeah, we can get new accounts, all part of the inner circle. So I think this is one of them that popped up in the chat earlier. Don't worry about stuff turning up in a branded box. There's 2 or 3 ways that I basically look at this. Is if they turn up, so I know it's to arrive from Amazon. Well, there's some people that will get it in an Amazon box and just think you've sent it in an Amazon box, that you had it in your house and you use an Amazon box to send it. So someone will just ignore it. A lot of the people don't click on that it's an Amazon box, or don't even care or even look at the box. They'll just open it and go, yeah, there's my item. I've only ordered it from eBay, so that is what it is. And obviously within the box, there's no prices or anything like that. Or if it's sent as a gift, there's no prices. So most of the people won't even see a price list, the fact that it was cheaper where we've sent it from. So as I mentioned before, we have thousands and thousands of orders a month, like I said, 200 or 300 orders a day each. Very, very rarely do I get an issue about an Amazon box. And really, what is that complaint? Turn up in a branded box, what do they want to do with that? There's not a great lot they can do with it. Worst case, they turn around and say, oh, I'm not happy it's come from Amazon. As I mentioned before on the dropshipping model, don't worry about it. There is not a problem because Amazon do a fantastic free returns process. And again, remember what I said, lose the battle, win the war. If they say, oh, maybe it's an Amazon, do not worry about it. There's nothing wrong with you going back to Amazon and saying, can I return it? They will give you the free returns label. You simply print that off or copy and paste it. take it back to the guy or girl on eBay that's complaining and go, do you know what, mate? Sending me back free returns within 30 days. Here's your return label. They'll send it straight back to you as soon as it's scanned at the post office or not Hermes, it's every now, isn't it? Or whatever delivery point you've used. They'll give you a full refund. Guess what? Fully refund that person and give them the money back. What you've got to remember is there is no issue with giving refunds. No issue. As long as you don't really go wild. But basically, most customers can return items. It might be the wrong size, wrong colour, just not what they wanted. There could be valid reasons, so don't worry about any returns. Okay? So the sales versus profit, as mentioned previously by Michael, we roughly, on average, is 8 to 13% profit after tax. So it's a numbers game. So there's two various systems that we use. We've got the API and the non-API. I'm not going to go too deep into that right now because it's probably a bit too deep for the situation. But Selfie operates two different systems. One of them is using the API way of listing. The other one isn't. It's a slightly different way of listing. But basically, you're not flagged to start with. So basically, if eBay catch you as a drop shipper, they can sometimes flag you. So they'll restrict the amount of views your item may get. But that doesn't matter. You can move over to the API version and go for numbers. So the API, it's lower numbers, higher profit margins. If you get flagged, it's just part of the process. Everyone gets flagged. I've been flagged for 4+ years. You just basically move over to the API and you just list more items. Okay? Just list more items. Pure numbers game. And we're still hitting these margins. How much do you need to make extra to change your life? Let us know in the chat. So at this point, I will quickly open chat and I'll just grab a couple of numbers. What sort of numbers changes lives? You know, me and Michael's touched. I only wanted 200 to start with. That's the life changer. I'm going to say I'm not greedy, but I'm a big lad. I'm not greedy for cash. You know, I don't go chasing the cash. So for me, a couple £100 makes a massive difference to my life. It's part of the mortgage paid. It's one of the bills paid. It's a couple of tanks of petrol for the month. What sort of numbers do you guys? Please comment in chat and just give me a couple of ideas where you think it's a decent life changer for you or even comfortable. Mr. Webley, £50 a week. You've earned a few more quid than that, Matt.
That wouldn't even keep him on his monster habit at the moment.
Yeah, so we got Ray, £500 a day. Ray, that changed a lot of lives, mate. Not just yours, buddy. Ben, 700 a month. Yeah, just think, mate, that's your mortgage. Easy and some. And about £500. So a lot of people going around the £1,000 a week, the massive action. Yeah, why not, mate? You know, this is what we've been getting at, as in the interpretation of people is this money is there to be made. All the answers are correct in the chat. And all it can make is you can just open different eBay accounts. You can scale more. You can scale sideways, as Michael suggested. All those numbers are achievable. Alex, £1,000 will affect your life massively, mate. Agreed. It does. It is a massive change. And the fact is that, you know, the common wages in the UK, I bet it's only between £1,000, £1,500, maybe 2,000 max. So just to get those sort of money, but not actually having to do a 9 to 5 for it, but doing something you love and getting the freedom as well. You know, numbers very achievable. We're going to show you those numbers in a second, literally in the next couple of slides, to show you that those numbers are very, very achievable. All right. So, yeah, all about where I thought. So, dropshipping results. These are these yours, Michael? I'm trying to think. Yes, so these are Michael's results from 16th of July to August. Again, this is when we put the slideshow together originally. So to July to August. These are just a selection of the accounts that Michael's got running. I think he's got up to 10. Obviously, I've not pulled all 10. This is an API store. I believe this is one of his main accounts. And he's basically doing 20 grand a week, 80 grand a month, nearly £250,000 every 3 months. Insane numbers. That's just off one eBay account. And then obviously these, I think, are these API or non-API? Can you remember?
First two are flagged stores.
Yep.
The third one is a smaller, like, a hobby account, basically, is what I would describe it as.
So these sort of numbers are on what's called flagged accounts. So basically restricted viewing accounts. And as you can see there, Michael's had a video ban. Looks like it in the middle. Looks like there's been a 3-day video ban there, but looks of it. You'll learn to read the charts. Where they just restrict your sales and stuff. So even with a restricted sale there, knocking a couple, another 3 or 4 or 5 grand off, he's pulling between £200,000 and £250,000 every 90 days. Now, that's not going to be overnight for everyone. We're just trying to show you there on a flagged restricted account, the sort of numbers that we're hitting. And this is just a hobby account, you know, just a hobby account, 8,000 to 9,000 a month on a hobby account. You know, even if you're getting your 10% margins that you're requesting just on that one account there, that's your 800 quid. So £800. So we're talking a bit cheap there, wasn't I? So basically £800. That is the numbers that most people just put in the chat. So just going off this little hobby account that Michael's played at, he's hitting those numbers that you guys want to earn just on this one. So forget that. Forget that. That one alone on its own, that small store there, is pulling the numbers that you guys want to achieve. And these are factual, right? So this is the ones I wanted to show you. These are mine. These are two of my API stores. So these are the two of them, the flagged, been flagged for years. This one was taken today at 3:53 p.m. So I wanted to show you exact to the point of I'm not lying about the numbers that we're hitting. So one of my APIs there, last 30 days, 50 odd grand. Last 7 days, 10 grand. Today up to 3 o'clock, done about 800 quid. In the last 90 days, 131,000 just on that one eBay account, okay? So as you can imagine there, call it your 10%. In the last 90 days, that's 13 grand. Just on one account, okay? The reason why I've put this account in, and this is why I want to show to people, is this account, and what I mentioned before about eBay accounts getting blocked, this account I used for a while. It then got blocked. I can't remember what the reason was now. But basically, it was down for ages, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and kick it into life again and just show people what's achievable by a 2-month-old account. So basically, starting from fresh, it had zero and it had nothing on it, and I just wanted to start listing again and showing numbers. And so basically, this account is, I think I started at the back end of July. I think the actual numbers was. So that number there is basically from the back end of July. It's done 50 odd thousand. This is a flagged account, and it's averaging between 1.5, 800, something like that a day. So just to show that in the last 7 days on a store that I've only just started a month or so ago, 50 days ago, it's pulling 6,500, nearly 30 grand in the last 30 days. Again, 30 grand, go back to your rough 10%. And don't forget the lines are between 8 and 14. So that's a conservative number. 10% of that 30 grand, that's your 3 grand a month. Just on one store, right there. That's triple what you guys have said, what you wanted. So, that's just to show how achievable that is on a basically fresh store. And it just shows there that I'm not lying about how long it's been listed, because only within the last 90 days, that accounts for the 30, and that's the difference between the July and, this last 30 days. So in the last 90 days, it's about 60-some days. I've done £52,000. So again, based on your 10%, you're looking at 5.5 grand in profit just on that one store. Add it to that one, that's another 5. Big numbers on 2 flag stores that basically I'm doing nothing for. Unbelievable. All right. So moving on to the next one. These are actual facts and figures from Michael's, I believe. Yeah, these are Michael's numbers. So if you can see at the top, I'm moving my mouse around thinking you can see my mouse. Probably why you probably didn't understand what I just said. These are from the 1st of January 21 to the 31st of December 2021. Michael did £757,000 worth of sales. Okay. Is that just on one store? That's on your main store, isn't it?
Yeah, that's on the main store of the year, obviously last year, which is a bit of a drop from what it was on COVID. So the COVID year was up 87%, but as you can see, it was down 26% on last year's figures, but still absolutely.
Yeah. So it just shows on that store there that even with the COVID drop off, Michael there was just about touching, just on this one store alone, £1 million worth of sales. Absolutely incredible. Again, think back to your 10%, so your rough averages. It's not doing bad there, is it? Not doing bad at all, just on one store. That's over 100,000. So there you go. So this is the Selfie Dashboard, and these are figures from mine are today. I've chucked mine on from today, the bottom right corner there. I think the top left is Michael's from a couple of weeks back, I think it was. But you can see there from the Selfie Dashboard, this is an actual screenshot of the dashboard of the software that we are using. So in a 24-hour period on the top left, if you can see, Michael's done nearly £1,000 of profit in a day. 7 days, 3,500, 30 days, just about 18 grand, okay? That number was slightly higher due to a bit of a backlog on the sales and stuff, but you get the point of he's making mega wonga. I don't even need to explain those numbers. Insane numbers. And the one on the bottom right, that's on one of my stores. probably more of an average day. He's basically doing 4,500 quid of profit a day, nearly 3 grand, and then 30-day one building up. Okay. So very, very juicy numbers. I don't want to dwell too much on those. I don't really like talking about that. But check this out. So I think this is where Michael's going to jump in, mate. Have I just stole your line out there, mate? Which one are you on?
No.
So basically you're checking this out. So basically what I was going to touch on is, I mentioned earlier about the American Express, is their frontline profit. So that is margins you are making just off making the sale. Michael's going to go through some points now of, if you add the additional side benefits like cashback and Amex points, he's going to show you my actual Amex cashback in a minute. The additional stuff that you can make just by using a credit card. So this is one of the tricks of the trade, okay? Yeah, over to you, mate.
Yeah, before I jump into cashback, I remember there's many ways you can get extra discount things. You can buy discounted gift cards online to process your orders. You can get anywhere up to 5%, 10% off your Amazon vouchers. And again, as Craig said, that's after your front end profit. That's like additional profit. So I love to travel. So one of the big benefits for me is the Amex points. And we also use cashback as well with American Express. Now, if a lot of you guys are in the e-commerce world, feel free to type in chat as well if there's any cashback sites that you use, any cashback credit cards. I know I've seen actually a lot pretty much over the last couple of years. There's a lot more now that offer those cashback cards on various different things. So it'd be good to know because the more methods that we can use, the better. But as you can see here, Amex cashback card, in 1 year on this particular card, we've got 3,879 back. That's just straight back onto your card. On a yearly basis, and that is massive. And we don't even use the cashback card that much because, like I say, we prefer to use the points card. So you can use cashback credit cards for all your purchases. It just racks up nicely in the background. It's a little bit of a bonus. We don't even think about it on a monthly basis. We just build it up. As you can see here, the big one for us is Amex reward points. The amount of purchases that we're making, and don't forget, we're not having to buy stock. We're not having to sit on stock and wait for it to sell. It's just constant churn. It's constant just buying and paying off the card, buying and paying off the card. You can see on one account there it's 262,000 points. On another card there, there's 484,000. And you'll also see there, you can also, with the more that you spend, Amex will actually give you like quarterly bonus as well. So as you can see on that one, 20,000 will get you an extra 10,000 membership reward points. So this was absolutely massive for me. I started doing a lot of research into American Express and how you can use the points and so on and so on. I use a website called Seat Spy. It tells you what reward seats are available and what you can buy with your Amex points. You convert your Amex points 1-for-1 into Avios points. And as you can see there, flight from New York to London, 20,000 points gets you an economy seat, 40,000 points gets you a return, or you can go right the way up. You can go ball in first class, 80,000 points to sit first class. So that, if we look back at my figures, I do 79,000 pounds in sales in one account per month, and that's on a slow month in July. I could potentially have paid for one first class flight to New York. And as you can see here, I've got a holiday coming up, 30th of October. We're flying to Dubai, myself, my wife, 2 kids. And using the points, that's literally costing me £400 in airport taxes. So the Avios points, 220,000. Okay, so it seems like a lot of points, but you can build them up fairly quickly, even as a new to dropshipping person. 3-6 months you can pay for a couple of flights. So super good way of building up that extra tax-free bonus. This isn't costing me anything. This isn't, I'm not being taxed on the points or anything like that. Absolutely perfect. And as you can see as well, I've booked a nice hotel in Dubai, paid for again with Marriott points. They convert to 3 to 2 on Amex. So for every 2 Amex points, you get 3 Marriott points, and for every 4 nights you book, you get the 5th night free. So this has basically cost me again another 200,000 Amex points to convert that. So basically the holiday itself, without spending money, 400 quid for 4 people, and that's just a really super way you can spend those extra.
Can I just say as well, for those asking in the chat as well, is don't forget, we mentioned about getting other cards and stuff for the business. If you're set up as a business, there's nothing wrong with you getting a cashback card and a points card. You can actually just link both up so you can be churning cash as well as earning points. So you could earn your points for your holiday, then earn your cashback to go and spend on your holiday. So you could actually just part your business, link them both up, and just earn both sides if you wanted to.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm conscious that we're taking a long time to go through all this, but I really want to drill home all the benefits of being able to do this business model, because I think there's a lot of extra added bonuses. Again, I enjoy the Global Lounge collection with the Amex, with the Amex card itself that I use. It warrants, getting into those priority lounges. I enjoy a beer, get a few beers, get out of the way, out of the hustle and bustle, sit there, feel a bit special, get some food. Kids can have loads of bags of crisps. You don't have to pay like 6 quid for it in an airport. And it's all really, really, really good stuff. So again, if you could earn an extra 300 to 3,000 pounds a month, what would you do with it? I want to see people putting it in the chat. Would you invest it? Would you travel with it? Would you quit your job? Would you buy a car or house? Tell us what you would do with it in chat. Personally, I've done all of these things. I've been able to invest my money. I've been able to travel. I've been able to quit my job. I've been able to buy a car through the business. I've been able to move house from the money that I've saved to put down in the deposit to be able to afford a higher mortgage. So there's endless amount of things you can do it, even when you're in a 9-to-5 job. I'd love to hear if there's anything specific that you guys would like to do. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you how we actually do it in a very, very smooth way. Hopefully, I'm going to try and keep up the pace. But how we do dropshipping in a step-by-step, simple way. So step 1, we need to have an eBay account. So step 1, you have to open an eBay account, or you have to already have an eBay account. Or what we like to do is we like to acquire eBay accounts. You can buy them, you can take them over from friends, you can link your own bank account. All these other methods we'll show you in the dropshipping inner circle as well. But ultimately, step 1, have an eBay account. Step 2, sign up to SaleFreaks. Also on SaleFreaks, there is a free 14-day free trial. You can sign up, you can get the grips of the software. There's lots of learning on there. There's lots of different tutorials to show you how to actually physically work the software, which is really cool. And it is the most powerful dropshipping software on the market. Punch for punch with any other software. It has way more stuff on there and way, way easier to scale your business. We've tried the rest. We've stuck with this one. Step 3, source your hot selling items. So the biggest thing we need to do is be able to take items from our supplier, put them under eBay. So what we want to make sure is we want to have the best chance that those items are going to sell. So they have to meet our 5-point criteria. They have to be deemed as good. We can't just list any old rubbish, because that's going to mean that we're going to have more lists. We're going to have more listings. We're going to have more risk of eBay, more risk of zero, all this nonsense. They have to meet our criteria that we have worked on for 4 years tirelessly to get that method right. Step 4, we want to list the items automatically under our eBay. So as you can see here, this is a bit of a screenshot from SaleFreaks. This is where we've run scans, and then we've listed these products onto, as you can see, multiple eBay accounts. And this does everything for you. So what this does is this pulls the information from Amazon, pulls the information, pulls the pictures, and then replicates this onto eBay. So you don't even need to do this. This pulls everything through, puts it onto eBay at your desired profit range, with your desired prices, with your desired quantity amounts, and all these other things. Step 5 is to make sales and get paid. So ultimately, this is the main aim of the game. We want to make our sales, we want to get paid, and then that moves us on to the next step, which is fulfilling the orders. But just like to shout out that on this particular account, you just got to look. We're just out of August. We're into September. But as you can see, the fun really starts to happen when we get into November and December. As you can see, August is a pretty slow month. Kids go back to school and all that stuff. So right now is the best time to get into this, right up in the lead up to the good times. And then you start rebuilding again for for the next year. So step 6, like I said, fulfill those orders via Amazon, ship direct to your customer and your buyer. As you can see, we've been paid $131.99 for this product. We've went and bought it on Amazon. The cost on Amazon has been $85.99, less our eBay fees, which in this particular category is 8.28%, and that's left us with a £34 profit, which is pretty good if you ask me. So you only need to do a couple of those every couple of days, and your quid's in already. So the real secret, step 7, the advanced scaling and systems that you need, the 100% automation and outsourcing. So what that will equate to is a full-time income from almost zero effort from you. What if you're limited by time? So like me, I had a 9-to-5 job. I could be pretty much, I could be in the office. I could be doing various different things on my mobile, keeping an eye on things. I was doing most of the work before I went to work or in the evening time. But in reality, once you start to scale up, you need to add systems in place. You need to add in automation. But realistically, you can be as hands-on or hands-off as you'd like to be. We know people that do everything by themselves, and they're happy to live in that world where they make 200, 300 pounds a month. They do everything themselves. They're pretty happy. They've got the time. And then we've got the other people that are running 9-to-5 jobs, multiple other income streams. They literally do nothing. They just check their bank account. They have multiple eBay accounts. They do nothing on the business apart from the admin and various other things. So it really doesn't matter. So lastly, automation and outsourcing. So what exactly can SaleFreaks and what can we do for you in the dropshipping inner circle? So we can fully automate fulfillment of your orders. We can automate your tracking updates to eBay. This means that the tracking shows on eBay from start to finish, showing the full delivery, detailed order info, profit and loss, analytics of your store performance, your sell-through rates, product sourcing, a listing wizard, like I said, to pull all that supplier info into SaleFreaks and therefore replicate it onto eBay, including the pics, and create your product listings. What you can do down the line, or as quickly as you want, you can outsource all of your eBay customer service. I don't like dealing with customers. That's not me. I enjoy the product sourcing side. I enjoy the thrill of the sales. I don't like dealing with customer service. I outsource all of that. You can outsource all of your returns, your cancellations. You can outsource your listings, your SEO optimization. You can outsource the advanced product sourcing techniques such as sniping. Everything in this business can be fully automated and fully outsourced beyond what you can imagine. In fact, there's services out there that offer like a complete done for you 100% service where you literally just have to have your eBay account and your software, and they'll do everything for you for a fee, obviously, of course. But there's guys out there that run these services to do everything for you. So the 3 biggest pitfalls, there's always a pitfall. Nothing comes easy. If you want to make big money, you're going to have to jump through some hoops. You're going to have to jump over some hurdles. And that is the same case with any business model. What you don't want to do is end your dropshipping journey overnight. We don't have enough time to cover them all in this, but here's some of the pitfalls that we encounter. So eBay account restrictions. There's 7 major factors to fly under the radar that can change at any time. We've done this for 4 years. We've seen changes. We know, we know how to best handle these situations right now. We've made the mistakes so you guys don't have to. Again, a lot of people in the comments, they ask the difference between API, non-API. That'll come into that later on. Non-API is designed to fly below the radar. It makes you act like a regular user and shields your eBay account from the eBay powers to be. Amazon account closures, Craig's went through that. We know we have working methods to keep Amazon accounts open, multiple Amazon accounts running seamlessly through auto order, using our methods to basically, again, keep Amazon happy, keep your accounts open. So knowing your numbers or face losing money on every sale, cash flow and how to scale safely and quickly. So that's another big thing. You need to have a grip of what your business is, how much your business is costing you, how much you're paying out, how much you're getting in sales, and more importantly, how much you're actually putting in your own pocket. If you don't know that, you're going to get 3-6 months down the line, you're going to be wondering, am I actually making money? Are my margins right? Have I worked out this properly? That's what we're here to do, because myself and Craig were the biggest. I would say Craig would agree with me on this. For the first 3 to 6 months, we've seen all this money rolling in and out. We were like, wow, like we're doing all these sales, but are we making any money? And the reality was we were just recycling cash for those first couple of months. We thought we were doing well until we actually figured out exactly what we were doing, knowing our numbers and these things like I've just explained, and how important they can be, especially when you scale to a level where you're paying VAT and you're doing tax and all these other various things. So super important when you start drop shipping, do you know all about these pitfalls, hurdles, and how to handle them in real time as they change. So you're in no better position with the network that me and Craig have, our expertise, and also the network that we have around us. And if you're like most people, you've likely tried all the stuff to make online money in the past. I've tried all these things. I've tried to get rich quick schemes, all these nonsense, you know, buy this guide, buy this PDF, a lot of nonsense. Way back in the beginning, I thought this was going to be one of those things as well. I realized that I could see other people doing very, very successfully. And I was able to do that myself and realize if there's someone else doing it, especially if those people are real people and I can see them and I can talk to them, then that's what made me believe myself. So why is this system different? Imagine you had a step-by-step blueprint to follow and experts to hold your hand. So that is us. That's basically what I've just told you. We're here to hold your hand, give you access to our network, give you access to everything that we have, holding back no secrets. Like Craig said, a lot of people will say, why are these guys, why would you do this? Why would you tell us what, you know, surely then we would be competing with you. The reality is the market is that big that we only need a piece of the pie. You're never going to take over the whole market. You're never going to be able to do, you know, you're never going to be able to take over eBay or Amazon or whatever business model you do. There's always enough room for more people and more people doing it properly. eBay actually don't mind drop shippers. What they hate is people that mess customer service up, give a bad customer experience, and those are the people that get wiped off the system first. And we see it time and time again with the people that like to cut corners. So we're here to help you every step of the way, click by click, over the shoulder learning. And we're experts. We're doing this successfully at scale right now. Like I say, you know, we're doing, you know, maybe 3 million plus of sales between us each year for the last 2 or 3 years. This year, I'm planning, like, I'm on course to do probably my biggest year yet, and that's even with the big COVID year. So,
dropshipping is dead, Michael.
Dropshipping is dead for the people that want to sell something else. And the people that are too lazy to actually try to make a business model work. They're the same people that, you know, don't make anything work and complain about everything and then complain why they don't have any money. So I don't know. I'll leave it at that. Dropshipping's certainly not dead. So I believe if you think that, if you believe in us, do you think your chance of success would be greatly increased? I would like to think so. But hopefully you'll have the confidence in us on our journey. So we have a system whereby if you just do it and it's not hard, you will make money. We've learned that. So I want to introduce the Sale Freaks Dropshipping Inner Circle. I'm going to pass you back to Craig to go through that a little bit more.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I mean, fantastic base what you just said, Michael. I completely agree with what you just put together, mate. One thing I would add is people panic about why would we share it and stuff. One of the things I'd like to add at that point is there is millions and millions and millions of items for sale on Amazon and on eBay. So there is plenty and plenty and plenty to go around for. Cool fact is for 2 years plus, me and Michael listed the exact same emails on our store, the exact same items. We had the same VAs, we had a team of VAs and stuff. And they listed the same items on our stores, and we're still hitting those numbers with the same items listed every day. So it just shows you that it doesn't matter what's going on in your store, as long as you do it correctly and you do the correct stuff, you will make money. All right. So as Michael just said, moving on. So basically what I'm going to go through now is what are we coming here today to offer you, and basically on what we've just shown you. What we've just shown you is basically just scratching the surface of what the ideas and the information that we've picked up over the years. So I'm going to go through basically is what is the Selfie Dropshipping Inner Circle. So basically what are we going to offer you today, okay? So we have got a coaching and a mentorship package. That's a good point. It pretty much says what it says on the tin there. So what we're going to do, basically, we are going to offer a beginner to advanced training. Basically a step-by-step guide where we are going to guide you a click-by-click or step-by-step for 6 full weeks of intensive online training. That basically will tell you from some people total beginners, other people from maybe think they're quite advanced, but we're going to try and take you up a level. We're going to move you up the steps, okay? So if you're a beginner, we'll get you going, we'll progress with you, and we'll move you on and get you making sales and making money. If you think you're intermediate, we'll take you to that next level and hopefully come and join us at the top table, okay? So for those who have never dropshipped before, to having multiple fully operational stores, successfully making sales every day, and then scaling your stores, okay? And then basically we're going to show you if you want to. Some people want to be control freaks, but if you want to, and why wouldn't you? Basically, is become a manager, become a business owner, and put processes in place that will fully automate it for you, either using software or using staff, all the tricks in the trade that go in between. So basically, this is churning money. Prime example, me and Michael are sat here now for just coming up 2 hours. We are making sales consistently now while we're talking to you. And have we touched our eBay stores? Nope, not once. That's how automated the process is, okay? So we are making money just sat talking to you, and that's where I want to get you guys to, okay? So we're going to do a weekly Q&A coaching calls. So most new drop shippers that go it alone will hit a lot of hurdles. Hopefully me and Michael have done that for you. We've taken the scars, we've taken the bruises, knocked the teeth out in between, and basically we're going to put a method in place that shows people to miss them or go around them to the best of our ability, okay? So we have weekly coaching calls. You're going to get access to our many years of experience. And you're going to be able to get the opportunity to ask any questions that you've got and get you up and running fast with almost zero failure rate. Again, eBay can throw a spanner in the works, but to the best of our ability and experience, we'll try and avoid those pitfalls, and most, if not all, will do that, okay? So we're going to do a mentorship and mindset mastery. We're going to be there for support on your journey and hold you accountable. We're going to push you and scale your stores. I think it does say on a slide further down as well that as part of this process and the 6-week process, you will get access for life into the Discord, the private Discord group, where you'll get access to me and Michael and the other guys that are dropshipping and stuff. That basically will be able to encourage you on your journey and help push. And there's nothing better than joining with other guys, setting yourself targets, or setting your targets and pushing on and hitting those, and scaling your stores. And as Michael just showing you on the store there, you know, get up and running for Q4s and stuff on the big occasions. Look at the amount of scale that he made around the October, the Novembers, the Decembers, and Q4s and the big events in the year. Absolutely smashing it money-wise, okay? That's what our target is for you guys. So we're going to do an advanced intensive store automation, scaling, and outsourcing blueprint. So the idea is basically you'll join in the group. We'll say, right, this is what you need from A to Z. We're going to say you need your eBay account. You're going to use Sale Freaks. These are the packages that you need. These are the reasons why you need your packages and why we're doing this and why we're setting your business policies, etc. We're going to make sure that it's basically straightforward, and we're going to do it at the right pace. Remember before, we're going to try and make it look as natural and as user-friendly as possible for eBay. We'll set a scaling process for you. So we'll say list 1 item, list 5 items, 20 items, 1,000 items within a day, a week, whatever that process is. We're going to basically put that in front of you so it can be hands-free, growing on income. So little to no work, basically, to establish it. So we've done it, and we're going to show you every step of the way, right? Whew, I'm brief. So ongoing networking, VIP, private community. So as mentioned, we're going to put you in the Discord group, as well as the other chats as well. And we're going to give you private access to us to ask any other questions and also speak to other users in the chat. They're also facing those same hurdles. And between us, we will basically give you the support and the guidance that you need. That doing it alone, you just simply wouldn't get, okay? And that, as mentioned, our very first lead-up point, one of our very first slides, we paid an absolute fake guru that robbed us blind. The best support that me and Michael had was each other. So one of the great advantages of this is you will get a VIP community where you can all support each other, and basically just gives you that kick or that nudge that if you're having doubts that no, you are on the right path and you can achieve all your goals, all right? So we're going to do some ongoing high-level support. So if you've got any questions for your journey, no problem. You can ask us or our team or, again, all the community. And this is ongoing. So if you join the inner circle, this is support for life, right? So you've now got two choices. There's going to be a few slides. I'm not quite sure how many's left. There's not many left, so please stick with us. You've now got two choices. You can either go it alone. This is the trial and error method. 99% fail or quit. And this is what we keep saying about before, because people don't understand the business. They don't get it. They face a problem. They'll say, oh, I've lost my buyer account. Guess what? I've lost thousands of buyer accounts. It doesn't matter. You just need to know the process of replacing them and the methods to working within those issues, okay? So it's just stuff like that if you did it on your own, you'd fail because you panic. You go, I've lost my account. That's it. Game over. It's not. It's just a stumbling block that you get around, okay? And we'll show you those methods how to do that. So number 2 is join the dropshipping inner circle, and that's the 1%, okay? Or the very low margin. This is basically what's going to guarantee success. This is basically going to give you every opportunity to make this work for you. Again, in brackets, an earning disclaimer, we are not allowed to promise any income, but what we will say is we'll push you as hard and basically show you all the steps to get to as high as you possibly can based on your circumstances, based on your listing limits, based on your eBay accounts, based on your Amazon accounts, etc. There's quite a lot of moving parts that will decide that income for you. But as proven previously, very, very achievable. And we'll get you the best that we can, okay? But if you follow every step with our guidance, you will have a successful store, fully owned, automated, fully outsourced, and scaling on its own. Again, we've been sat here now for a couple of hours, and guess what? We're still scaling. And we still don't stop scaling. Every single day, we are growing and growing and growing to the point where Michael's got a hefty store right now. Part of the process. It's a numbers game, as we touched on the slides earlier, okay? So we know you've probably tried other methods of making money and it's not worked out. Again, me and Michael's been there, done that, got the T-shirt. Our guy sat in Nicaragua and drank our hard-earned money. But we've tried methods that don't work out. It always happens. The difference is we're going to show you a method that there's no skills needed. There's no stock. There's absolutely no experience, zero experience needed. We are your experience, and we'll basically put all that on a plate for you. And this can be as fully automated and outsourced as possible. You need to basically follow the steps, follow the process, do it, put the effort in. Massive, massive marker there is put the effort in yourself, commit to it, making the commitment, making the jump first. You will make money. It is very simple. And obviously, again, that level is decided by your effort in your eBay stores. So what you're going to get by jumping on the Selfie Dropshipping in a circle, and these numbers are facts and figures that we have researched. We have either paid ourselves or we have looked at gurus in the space that are charging these numbers. And I'm just trying to put in perspective basically what you would normally pay for the services that we get. So as part of the package of the inner circle, you're going to get 6-week group coaching and mentorship package. That consists of 6 live weekly training calls, 6 live weekly coaching and mentorship calls. So again, those prices there, $2,995. That's a fact. We've researched that. 6 live weekly coaching and mentorship calls, $1,995. And then you're going to get 50 plus customer service response templates. So if you go alone with your answering the emails and the messages, the customer services, or if you want your virtual assistant to answer that, we're basically going to give you the standard stock replies that have served us so well over the 4 years, that we're still adding to, by the way. So obviously as we add to those, you guys will get those as well. So that any issues that come up or crop up along your journey with an eBay or Amazon, we will update that. So you don't have to sit there and stress about any old Karen worrying the fact that she's got pink shoes instead of yellow shoes. We will give you a stock answer that basically ensures it's a good customer service response and answers that question for you. That alone, worth $295. We're going to give you a profit and loss spreadsheet that we're going to put together. It's one that we've worked on over the years. We've tweaked, we've changed, we've chopped it about. $295. We're going to give you the VIP Discord channel for life. You know, what's that cost if you're paying a monthly membership, whatever else? He's put $995 in there, but you know what? That could be a lot more if you're paying that every single month for the journey. We're saying that you're going to get lifetime membership for that, okay? You're going to get a lifetime ongoing email and community support. So not only are you going to get the chat, you're going to get the Discord group, and we are going to have emails and correspondence channels that basically you can contact for $995. So all included, you're looking at, if you were going to do that elsewhere, basically you're going to pay over £9,000 for that particular package, and that's a fact. We've been there, we've paid those sort of numbers. The wife, whether she likes it or not, we've paid those numbers. It's a fact, okay? So what we're going to offer again today, so adding to that package, we're going to offer for the next 20 orders, or we're going to give basically a bunch of bonuses. So basically, we're going to give stuff away for free. That basically you will get this as part of the package. So if you join the Inner Circle today, you will be invited to a live, in-person 2-day event, which we're going to provide a slap-up meal, chicken nuggets and chips. No, I'm only joking. We'll get some slap-up meal. We'll have a few beers or lemonades, depending where you're venturing. And you know what? We're going to do a lot of networking. So your network is what? Your net worth is your networking, whatever it is. Basically, that's 1995. We're going to do that. As part of you joining the package, we'll give you that event, okay? So you'll come, you'll spend 2 days with me and Michael and the team, and we are literally going to show you drop shipping, start to finish. We're going to sit there in front of you, like you saw on the previous slides, and basically go through it, and then we're all going to go out and eat and drink afterwards, part of the package, right? Not only that, for those that are absolutely buzzing about this, or not, we're going to give you another additional free ticket. So not only are you invited, you can bring someone else as well. So if you want to bring your wife, your acquaintance, shall I say, you can decide however you want to divvy that one up, that word. But you're going to get a free ticket to bring a spouse or a partner or a family member. Again, if it were 1995 for the 2-day event, you're going to get another one for free. So that's nearly £4,000 for free tickets for 2-day events and some slap-up meals, all right? So we're going to get the live event recorded. So if you can't get to the event, don't worry. We're probably going to have some random guys walking about the room that going on experience. They'll slam the cameras in your faces and they'll get a really good recordings. And it'll look all sexy with music and stuff and chopped and changed. And you'll get that included as part of it anyway, okay? So another bonus, you're going to get another 30-minute advanced deep dive. So you'll get a one-to-one with me or Michael or both, depending on how that plays out. You know, if we were going to do all these one-to-ones and stuff, we'd be charging some big numbers for it. So again, we put that in there as $995. But you're going to get all these, don't forget, as the bonus. You're not going to pay for these. And we're going to basically review your store and optimize it. You know, we're going to do a full review video. We'll stick a Loom or a Zoom or something where we'll go, right, this is your store. This is where you're going wrong. This is the category I suggest you're listing. This is why I suggest you remove your zeros. This is why I say adjust your margins or your profits, or remove your Amazon accounts. Whatever that looks like, we'll basically do a full analysis of your store and say, there you go, mate. That's on a plate. Crack on. Do those changes, and I guarantee you'll do better out of it. Okay, that's worth $995. So the total package, which is the freebies and the bonuses, I wish I wanted to put a total in the bottom there, but basically you're looking at about 18,500 or something like that. If you were going to pay for all this separate, as well as paying to come and everything else to come to live events, you're going to look at some mega wonga to pay for it, all right? But just the important part there at the bottom, these bonuses are only guaranteed if you order before 10 p.m. tonight or within the first 20 orders placed today. So if you can't get the order placed tonight, don't worry. We're going to offer multiple alternate payment methods and stuff to join the Inner Circle. The first 20 of those will get all those bonuses for nothing. So you'll get all your free tickets and the lot for nothing. You can come and see us for a couple of days. But if you want to come and stare at me and Marco for a couple of days, that's up to you. Okay. So this is basically summarizing what you're going to get or what we're proposing for you. So going across the dropshipping Inner Circle access, these are some of the numbers that you'd expect, or someone has told it there. Look at the bottom for me. So it's 18,654. So if you're going to go for the 6-week group coaching and mentorship package, you would look at paying for the 6 live weekly training calls, $2,995, 6 live weekly coaching and mentorship calls, $1,995, 50 customer response templates. So basically, you don't even have to think about what you're sending to your clients. That's worth £300. Formulated profit and loss spreadsheet. Again, it's going to tell you exactly how much money you're making. Michael made a very good point of, we lost money at the start because we didn't know his numbers or his break-evens, and that could be software, VA costs, whatever. That is basically going to be chucked in there for $295. Lifetime access to Discord, so amongst the group. And if anyone's accessed Discord before, you will know how good that platform is. It's not just a Facebook messaging group, it's live chat, constantly being on air and taking the money, okay? Taking the money, taking the chat. So then we're going to do a ongoing email and community support for $995. You're going to get tickets to the live event for you, and then you're going to get tickets for the additional person. You know, there's going to be nearly £4,000 for tickets there for effectively 4 days worth of learning for 2 people, you know, 2 each. And then you're going to get the live event recordings for $1,995. You're going to get a 30-minute advanced deep dive and a scaling call for a one-to-one for $995, as well as us telling you how to optimize your store, how to make money, okay? So what you'd normally pay is $18,654. But what we're proposing to you today, and especially for the guys on the first 20 orders, if you want to come and get your free tickets and come and see the live event with us, we're saying if you order before 10 o'clock tonight, it's just going to be 1995 plus VAT. Okay. So as you can see from the packages above and what we've shown you previously and what we've gone through, the numbers there absolutely stack up. And have we paid these privates previously? Of course we have. But I back ourselves 100%. And I'd like to see you all within the inner circle ASAP. Come and join us. So what we'd offer as part of that parcel, for you guys that commit and come and join us, we're going to give a 30-day, 100% money-back guarantee. If we can't basically give you the success or the improvements that we promise, basically you're going to get your money back. It's as simple as. We're not here to rob anyone. We're not here to con anyone. We've been fleeced. It's a horrible feeling. So I would not do that to anyone else, okay? So what we're saying is if you don't agree at the end of the 4 weeks, that this training will make you at least 10 times your investment. And if you implement it, we're going to give you all your money back. And if you don't have access, if you don't have to have done anything, I'll read that again. And you don't have to have done anything. If for any reason it's not for you, let us know. It's a full refund, no questions asked. So basically, there is no obligation. If this doesn't work for you, fine. That's absolutely fine. But I promise you, if you followed all the step-by-step guides, what you're going to get out of it, coming to the live event, I promise you now that in a year's time or 2 years' time, or even sooner, if you apply yourself, you believe in your 9 to 5 and this will be your full-time income. Facts. Absolute facts. Okay? So if you want to order it, I think the links are on WebJam somewhere, popping up somewhere, maybe. Some of the guys in chat will just back me up on that because I know you can't click this link. I don't think you can. You can go on selfreach.com on the inner circle, follow that web address, and you can order there. All the links are going to pop up, and basically you'll be able to pay, okay? But doors close in 7 days at 9 p.m. And remember, the bonus package is only available for the next 20 people or action takers that take basically action before 10 p.m. tonight. So if you want to jump on, you sign up, come and join us at the event, come and get in the inner circle, come and get all the methods and the training courses, all the online chats. If you want to commit to that, the hardest part is taking that first step, okay? So come and join us. So what I was going to run through is just literally, I think it's 3 or 4 more slides. I think it's 4 more slides, and then we're going to do a question and answer at the end, okay? So if you've got any questions about any of it, please hold them just like a couple more minutes. And I know we've been on for a while now. But this is Elliot, one of the newer guys to the thing. Basically what he's put there, I'm not going to read for it all, but I am comfortably making around 2K in profit a month, with there being plenty of room to grow and expand further if I want to. Again, if he wants to, he can push on and kick on to improve that $2,000. It wouldn't have been possible for me to leave my job without Michael and Selfreach. Okay, so again, real people. I don't know if he's on the chat. Probably in the chat. If you're Elliot, please say hi. He's provided these. Alex. I think I've seen him in the chat already today. This is Michael when he met with Alex very recently, I believe, about a month ago, mate.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law was playing in the Women's World Cup, weren't she, sister-in-law?
I thought it was a good idea to start with a shot of tequila.
There you go. So basically, this is Alex. He's making a full-time wage from dropshipping. He used to spend around 3 to 4 hours a day working whenever and wherever I want. And again, Alex, he does like to control things. So that's probably why he spends that much time. But he's done really well out of it. And we know Alex very well. He's a good guy. The other one, Tom. Since then, I've started 2 further stores and I've made over 5 figures profits. This is another guy. Michael set him up, showed him the ways and the methods. And basically, anyone willing to put the time in, Tom's your man. He's basically got him. He's as good as a good vouch there, saying that he backs up what we're saying is true. Clinton, he's actually in Bali. Is he in Bali right now? Thailand, Bali? Something like that?
Clinton is in Clinton's in Thailand. He was in Bali. He's now in Thailand.
So just to go back to the full automation and basically the ways of working, Clinton's prime example there, looking all fresh and ripped, doing the whole James Bond scene. He's basically working, doing his drop shipping from all around the world. He's traveling with his partner, I believe it is. And they're basically going all over. He just got his laptop out. He's doing selfies. He's using the virtual assistants. And he's following the methods that we've shown. And he's just basically earning £400 to £500 for very, very minimal work. 1 hour a day.
Yeah, he's a very small store as well. He's only got like 500 or something listings, and he does other business models and keeps it very small and effortless, pretty much.
Yeah, it's looking at Jake. So this is Jake. He's gonna love this picture. Does he know we got this picture of him? Is this the one he sent? It's on YouTube.
That's the one off his WhatsApp message. Yeah.
So yeah, Jake, if you're in chat, mate, sorry, mate. It's a beautiful picture. Well, basically, Jake, he's been one of our students. He's been there with Michael since 2020. He's done drop shipping. We've basically shown him the sell frees, how to run his stores, how to scale, and basically how to overcome those hurdles that we've mentioned. Obviously, again, it's been hard to cover a full industry within a 2 hours worth of call. We've tried to show you a bit of background about us, some of the issues in between, and then obviously the inner circles where you really get to know how it all works, okay? So always put there, the last sentence or so, after getting virtual assistants on board, and now spending very few hours a week on a few hours a week myself on my store, it's very possible to earn a nice £1,000 profit monthly from this business model. Okay, so again, if you think back to the chat, the numbers that you all mentioned, your 5s, your 700s, your 1000s, what these people basically just showing theirs and what we've shown of ours, very, very achievable if you apply yourself and make that commitment. Okay, and I think this is the last slide. Big Billy Drury is a real lad. He's Essex boy. He's our Billy. I've been working and annoying the hell out of Michael with my problems for the last 2.5 years. I want to say that through thick and thin, he's always at the end of a phone to offer a helping hand, along with check-ins without being asked, or even if being booked in a diary. Hats off to you, Billy D. So he's another guy. Billy's done really well out of drop shipping, and he's a top lad. He's our Billy. Okay?
Billy's quite modest. Billy makes like a good wage from drop shipping.
Yeah, he does a lot of money by doing. So, finally, you'll be glad to hear that is the end of the presentation as such, but what we're opening up to is the Q&A, is the questions and stuff. I hope who's been tracking the questions in the chat. There's been a lot going on. I'm just going to quickly look on Q&A. Is someone going to read them out, or does someone want me to jump on the Q&A? I don't know, Holly, Matt, if anyone's around. Go full screen so they can see you. How do I go full screen? Go on, Michael. There we go. Sorted. So, question from Ben. Michael, if you want to answer this, do you want me to read them, mate? You answer them?
Yeah, far on, mate. Yeah.
Can you pay the one-off payment on a credit card? So I'm guessing that's for the payment for this. So that was about drop shipping. Yes, you can, mate. I think you can. If Holly wants to just confirm that, I believe you can. I think you go cardless. Oh, Holly's answered it, mate. Yeah. So basically, sure you can. We've got another link for credit card payments here. So basically, if you look in chat on the Q&As, Holly has provided the link for people that want to pay the one payment in one go on the credit card. And don't forget, if you've been watching, use your Amex, get your points, get your cash back, earn your money, pay for the course, make even more money. Easy. So question from Colin. Please give us an estimate, no promises, on income achievements and timeframes you expect us to hit from the start. So, Michael, if you're going to take a brand new store, mate, non-API, what would you hit in your first 6 months? I don't know.
I would always say like the first 3 months, if you're brand new to eBay, you should be taking it slow. For your first couple of months, realistically, you want to be breaking even into the second month. You know, the first month you may be paying some software costs up front, some eBay listing fees, and generally getting your feet on the ground. After 3 months, you want to be into profit. After 6 months, I've seen people go from 3 to 6 months, 400, 500 quid profit. I've seen, you know, the way that we're going to teach people to do this, if you really grab the bull by the horns and have, say, 2 or 3 eBay accounts right from the start, you can go 6 months straight into, you know, 700, 800, £1,000 plus in profit. I just want to mention actually one very, very important thing that I seen Colin put in the chat, and it's something that resonates with me so much, is that he said he was tired of selling his time. And that wasn't a phrase that I came across until I'd met other entrepreneurs and other business owners, and it's just such a powerful message. You know, that's what we do is we basically sell our time for, you know, whether it be minimum wage or whether it be a good wage, and we're dictated to or whatever. Now I spend way more time working. I work harder than I ever did, but it's my time to do that with. It's my time that I'm in control of. If I want to work to 2 a.m. on something, I can do. If I want to take a night off or do whatever I can do. Just thought it was a really important statement and something that people can learn from a lot. Just thinking about that.
Cool. So I apologize if I don't announce the name right. Gosia. Basically, yes, it's a valid point. If you don't want to jump on the live calls, you don't have to. They're all going to be recorded. So every webinar that we'll do, we'll record it and then leave it available for guys to watch back. So not everybody wants to be in front of a screen, but they're happy to watch it back afterwards and pick out the little nuggets and work in their own time and their own methods. It's just a case of they're there if you want them. And if you want to ask a live question, if not, it doesn't matter. You can watch them back and jump in the chat and fire them back.
Mention on that one, Craig, something that we discussed. If anyone pays for the inner circle right now and we run another 6-week mentorship or another course like in 6 months' time, and maybe there's some updated material or methods, anyone that joins the inner circle will be invited back free of charge to join any future live video training, basically as part of our commitment to you guys as well.
So that's you can't beat that. I mean, that's ongoing training for life. So you're going to get the Discord for life, and basically every future course going forward, I'm guessing. So can't argue with that, mate. So that's that one. What have we got here? Matt says, can you send the buy page link? I'm guessing Holly's done that. Yes, it's been recorded. That will be released. We'll get the link out to your emails. Denise has asked, why do you use lots of eBay stores rather than listing all of your ASINs on one account? Michael, you've got the good answer for this one, mate. Spreading sideways instead of upways.
Yeah, it's just about not putting your eggs all in the one basket, pretty much. You know, if you have one eBay store and you're relying on that one eBay store to provide your income, and then all of a sudden that eBay store goes down, like let's say it gets permanently suspended for something that's completely out of your control, and a lot of the time all we can do is know roughly what eBay look at, but we don't know exactly how they can restrict us. Sometimes I've seen, you know, legit sellers on forums being permanently banned for no reason or on an unknown reason to them. They don't even give you a reason. So if you have 5 eBay stores and one account gets banned, then you've still got an income. If you're relying everything on one store, you've lost that store. And the beauty of eBay is it's unlike Amazon seller accounts. You can have multiple accounts. You can have, you know, multiple accounts in your own names as long as you're not selling the same items. You can have friends, families accounts that you can then, you know, convert to your own business. But yeah, it's just all about spreading your risk. Even if you don't get permanently banned, even if you get a small, like a 3-day restriction, like you've seen I got on one of my accounts in the graphs, you don't lose all your income for those days. You're only losing part of your income. So it's about scaling sideways rather than just scaling up. And it actually took us a long time to kind of figure that out. We were kind of lucky in the sense that we scaled up first, and then we learned that scaling sideways is actually much safer. But on the other hand, we know a lot of students and a lot of guys that just run one eBay account and do very well from one eBay account. We're just kind of,
I guess it goes back to the what do you see as a life-changing amount of money, or what do you want to get out of it? Some people are happy just to keep ticking it over. It's a side income, it's the beer money on a Friday. Some people want to push and come out of the 9-to-5 environment. So to do that, part of the inner circle is what we're going to show you is why, what we're trying to answer here basically is why would you stick to, like, I've got 2 big massive API stores, you know, absolutely smashed them to pieces. I have a lots of number on them. But then other people will only have 3 or 4 little non-API stores. And they will basically probably make the same income as me, but they'll just get each one to £500 profit and make their £2,000 that way. But they'll just they'll just keep chipping away at £500 and £600 a month, whatever, or a week. Colin says, could we scale this to make over £1,000 profit in less than 3 months if we get hold of it by the throat? I'd say so.
You can. I mean, we'll teach you every single pitfall, every upside, every downside. You know, people will want to do it like, you know, like me. I like to take a risk. There's other people that like to go on a slower path, a slower trajectory. And we'll teach you the upsides, the downsides to what you can do. So yeah, it's doable. Is it the best way to do things? Maybe not. You know, play the game for a bit longer and you get a much longer longevity of a return. So it is doable with 3 stores for sure. It is doable, especially if the eBay accounts are not just brand new eBay accounts. I see a question there, I'll just answer it as well on that. They don't need to be business accounts. With personal accounts, you actually get 1,000 free listings. So if you have a personal account that's been used for a while, it's better to use all those free listings and then convert it into a business account after. So yeah.
Let's have a look back now.
I see a question, is it only in the UK? There's options to do it from anywhere, realistically. You could be anywhere in the world. I think there's a number of countries that you can't actually open an eBay account in, but if you're, most European companies are fine, countries are fine. UK, there's a method, there's a working method for anywhere really, as long as that country isn't banned. Like I know if you're a Thai national, like you can't open an eBay account, but then those guys just buy accounts of Americans or Israelis or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just like worth reiterating as well in the group that obviously some of these questions that we're going over now, this is stuff that will be covered in depth on the course. On the inner circle, it's a case of that we'll have you'll have the online webinars, you'll have the chats, you're going to have the pre-recorded stuff and the content, as well as Discord group. So some of these questions that are coming up now will naturally be answered as you go through the course. And obviously, don't forget you've got the live events as well that you're going to be listening to us, and then you come around and have a meal with us. So we're literally going to get you on day one, find out where you're all at. We'll go through the eBay store, how to even open the eBay store, what the business policies are. I mean, most people probably even heard of business policies, but you need to set the returns. You need to set the postage. Is it going to take 1 day, 2 day? What's your handling time? There's all sorts of stuff that the regular user probably hasn't even seen as a regular eBay seller. So we will show you how to set those up. And then again, linking into Selfie, we'll show you the correct package that you need, how many auto orders. I'm sure there's something we can do there about sorting some packages out if you go wild with your packages. It's just basically how you make sales, and then at what process you need to answer your messages, how you need to do your returns. It's going to literally be A to Z. So just to reiterate, if it wasn't, or you got lost in the slides a little bit there, it's going to be A to Z from start to finish with a 2-day live event chucked in.
You can watch me fall asleep at his dinner.
Yeah, and you can watch me get smashed and fall asleep on my T-bone steak.
I think a question just about copyrighted images, the pull from Amazon. I mean, sometimes you get a warning that the company or the brand send a warning to eBay to remove the images. These kind of things are just like day-to-day stuff for us now. We see the message, we delete it off eBay. Salesforce also has a really good tool called the Zero Shredder, which basically it wipes all the information off the listing, clears the picture, clears the details, because even if you've ended the listing, you can still get a warning for those types of things. So Salesforce removes that altogether. It's got a really good blocker in the first place. Like Craig said, things can slip through. But it is just one of those day-to-day business things. You can get 2 in a day and not see anything for a month. It's all about being careful when you're trying to list as well. I'm not trying to force too many things.
I'm just chucking a load of questions into the questions, Michael. I'm just going through chats. I'm trying to make sure we get everyone's questions. Simon, your accountant should claim back VAT. Oh, that's just he's answering someone else. So yes, so Simon asked basically about if VAT registered, then that's your 10% profit margin gone. And then massive action. I'm not quite sure what that is. As I said, Simon, your accountant should claim VAT back on the purchases and eBay fees too, which is correct. I don't know if Michael, you want to just expand on the whole VAT thing?
Yeah, actually, I mean, when you get registered for VAT, what you don't want to do, in my opinion, is to hang around the VAT threshold where you're over the 85k turnover, but you're not then prepared to scale the business. So if you kind of just hover at like say 90k, you may as well hover at 80k. If you're going to go VAT, you want to scale the business to where it's like 50% more or double. But in actual fact, you claim back all the fees, all the 20% fees on your eBay fees that you would have been paying previously. And actually, it's actually not too bad. I think for anyone that's doing Amazon FBA, I think the shift from VAT as a non-VAT seller to a VAT seller in Amazon FBA hits you much harder than than an eBay seller. It's actually not that bad as long as your accountant knows what they're doing. They're claiming back all the purchases and they're claiming back all the eBay fees and all these things. Then it's actually fine.
I've got a question. I don't know if it's a question or a statement. Amir basically says, Michael, will you become my sugar daddy? He didn't say Michael, mate, but for the question, I thought I'd just slip your name in there. He's just put something about being a sugar daddy. Not quite sure.
Yeah, no, they'll pretty much do anything from over
how much investment? So how much investment is needed for this model to work apart from this offer? So basically, if you get the Inner Circle course, what is then the investment? So what we're looking at, Michael, for someone who's got 1,000 listings. So if you're on the whatever package on eBay, on a Selfie package, what sort of investment would you say, mate?
I mean, you can start off literally, as someone said, if you've got a personal eBay account with free listings and you've got a new SaleFreaks account with a 14-day free trial, the minimum SaleFreaks package, I think, is what, like 20 quid. So, I mean, you can literally start off with £20 and, that's really it. If you want to scale, you want to buy eBay accounts, you want to buy, you want to do all these other things that we can help you scale with. It's going to cost a bit more. But yeah,
£20, mate. Just how easy is it to recover that £20? You think about you've got your 1,000 free listings and stuff, and your 3-day trials. For the investment of that £20, it's only a handful of sales, and you broke even. So you're that close to making money from literally the first instance and within your free trial. You could potentially make a few quid, literally within your first period, couldn't you? Yeah. If you do it correctly, you could literally break even and some within your free trial period.
Absolutely.
So cool. So is there an additional monthly charge for Selfie software? Yes, Rachel, there will be. It's, as Michael just suggested, though, it's only a low package. You get your 14-day free trials and stuff. So it's a very minimal charge, mate.
It does. It scales up in line with your business, but as drop shippers, we understand the importance of, it's a conversation myself and Craig we always have. It's important that we get paid. So we're paying for software, we're paying subscriptions, we're paying for courses, we're paying for everything, and then you're last to get paid as the business owner. So we need to make sure that everyone understands how they can scale. Scale and actually still make money, but your business costs do not have to scale, with your sales. If you double your sales, your business cost doesn't double as well. It can scale nicely along with the business.
Just to touch on people asking when this is going to start, by the way. So the cart for actually buying or getting involved with the Inner Circle actually ends on Wednesday at 9 p.m. So I will just get you that exact day, which is the 21st. So basically on the 21st at 9 p.m, we're going to close the doors to it. As soon as we've got all the members signed up and we've got the names, we put you all in Discord chats and stuff. Then we'll basically be starting the course very, very soon afterwards. So we're looking in the next 2 or 3, 4 weeks, maybe 4 weeks or so. We're going to be looking at scheduling the first part of this. So don't miss out, because basically the clock's ticking. We want to get you guys on. Then obviously we'll pencil in some dates and stuff and get the live event booked for further down the line, okay?
A couple other questions. If eBay suspend your account permanently, yes, they will release the funds. No questions. They'll release it straight to the bank account that was connected at the time it was suspended. Providing you still have access to that bank account, you'll get your funds. I've never seen a case where eBay hold their funds. I know it's slightly different in Amazon, where they muck about and they can keep your funds. Not with eBay. The funds just release. They hold the funds to make sure there's no cases or items not received or returns up to 6 months, which I think is like trading standards average of what you have to have. What do you get for 20 quid with SaleFreaks? You've got a 250 listing package, which means you can have 250 items monitored and tracked on SaleFreaks. It gives you the option to add your eBay account, your Amazon account, process all your orders, all the automation that we've talked about to get you up and running. And with that question as well, I'll answer the one about the Amazon stock. If the SaleFreaks repricer and stock checker that's what the software does predominantly. It monitors the Amazon and keeps track of the price on eBay. So if the price goes up on Amazon, the price goes up on eBay. If the item goes out of stock on Amazon, the item goes out of stock on your eBay account as well.
One of the things to just say on that, mate, as well, is one thing that Sellfreaks will do is if the price changes dramatically, it should halt or stop the purchase. So you shouldn't lose money on an order unless you allow yourself to lose money. By that, what I mean is in your settings, you can basically, I take £2.50 loss on some orders to make sure they go through, because as we mentioned, you lose the battle, win the war. But on some people, they don't accept any losses. And so the purchase aid, the auto order will basically try and place the order. And if the orders just change price on Amazon and it doesn't match your price on eBay, and basically your Amazon jumps up here and your eBay price is still down here, because don't forget, people are still selling on Amazon and the price is changing, the auto order will stop the process, basically leave it as a purchase issue. So then you can then go and you can use our pre-made messages and stuff, go and cancel the order, so you're not losing any money. So there's a fail-safe in there that should stop you losing money per orders. So if you wanted to, you could cancel the lot. We'll show you how to do it effectively without risking your account. But Sellfreaks will put that fail-safe in there for you. There was a question I was going to ask you, mate, as well. Massive Action, do you do next day and have an Amazon Prime buying account, and this helps with your eBay sales too?
Yeah, you must.
Guess what you're saying, mate, is there is the Prime free next day delivery, is what you're saying, mate.
Yeah, I mean, you can play it safe and have like a 1-day dispatch and a 2-day delivery to allow you some time, maybe as a beginner, or you can go balls to the wall and do same-day dispatch, next day delivery, and you're going to get way more sales. You're going to have way more risk of late deliveries and stuff. I give you 2 guesses which option I do. Say no more on that. But yeah, I like to go hard and fast for sure.
Ben's put, you had me at hello. Is that a question, a statement? I don't know. I think that's a good sign, Ben. You had me at hello. Cheers, mate. So I'm picking some of the names.
There are more spaces coming up in the future. I would imagine we haven't discussed another one. We want to start this one quite quickly, and then we'll probably not run another one maybe until the new year. Yeah. There's no bad time to do this either. I said that coming up to Q4 is a perfect time to get started. But realistically, any time of the year is a good time to get going with this. Yesterday is a good time. So, yep. Any other questions? Selling branded goods. Yeah, we sell branded goods. We try and avoid the Vero brands. We'll teach you more about that and how we try and avoid those, and what you can do on Sellfreaks as well to prevent you from making any mistakes.
So I really apologize if I get the name wrong again. Dipti. Apologies there, mate, if I've messed your name up. So how do you find listings that thousands of eBay sellers are doing? Yes, the images get uploaded automatically, mate. I've just seen your next question. The software will do the image.
Sellers are not selling. So, I mean, on Sellfreaks, you can just filter the competition to whatever you want. So if you don't want any competitors on that listing, then you can filter the competition to 0 or to less than 5, for example, and that'll wipe out any of those scans that have those high competition items. But I mean, myself and Craig, we have items that we've got 100 competitors on eBay, and we still make 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever amount of sales per month, even with 100 competitors. So there's just different methods. There's different ways of doing it. I can't explain it all now, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. It's on a very low package. You're not going to be able to list thousands of listings anyway. You're not going to be able to, you want to be picky and choosy. You might even want to do some manual sniping. Again, all the things that we teach you, how to get off the ground and how to get those first sales, those easy feedbacks, those non-problematic items that'll just get to the buyer. The buyer will be happy. They'll leave you good feedback, and we move on before we start selling the risky items.
Yep. So just to touch on, I'm just going to generalize some of the questions and stuff that's been sent. So I guess some of the issues that's been mentioned there is basically what you're going to get, and the listings, and also how you can outsource it and stuff, and the work involved and stuff. So what you got to remember is part of the inner circle and stuff. And again, I'll love to reiterate this is me and Michael are sat here now making sales, and we haven't done a scratch in 2 to 2.5 hours. Okay. That shows you how automated the system is. So as part of the inner circle, I don't want to give too much away straight away, but we will show you how to basically use the listing generators and stuff on Sellfreaks. How the fact is that you can basically find a category on Amazon, set Sellfreaks running, and go to bed. That's it. Let Sellfreaks find all the good selling items. As Michael touched on there, basically the ones that are ranked 5-star and above, or 3 stars and above, 4 stars and above, ranked between £20 to £50 or X amount of sales a month. You can go to bed, stick that in Sellfreaks, come back in the morning, and there'll be a list of items ready for you to play about with and list on your eBay store. Just to touch on some of the questions as I'm trying to follow it through the chat. Yes, it will basically pull what Sellfreaks does. It pulls the picture, and it pulls the description, and it pulls the title off of Amazon. Because what you got to remember is what it is actually doing, the software, is it is finding stuff that is already selling well. It's taking the hard work out of it for you. So you're not doing promoted listings, you're not spending any advert money. It is finding stuff that is already selling well on Amazon. And all it's doing, at the end of the day, if it's already selling well on Amazon, that means that there's a need, there's a want, there's a purpose for it. That means that all we're doing, we're finding those products, or rather the software is finding those products, is dragging it across to your eBay store. It's automatically sticking the picture in there, it's sticking the title in there, it's finding the price, and then it's marking it up to whatever your desired profit margin is. So if it's up for sale for 10 quid, it'll put 8% on top of it, or 10% or 14%, and then it'll list it at that improved price on your eBay store and make the sale. Once that sale comes in, the software automatically notices that on your eBay store. It goes across to your eBay. It gets all the person's name. It gets their address. It gets the amount of quantity. Do they want 1, 2, 5, 10, however many of that product they want? And it automatically goes across to your Amazon buyer account, and it places that order on Amazon. So it will automatically go. It will select that item on Amazon. It will pull it through to your cart. It will enter all of the address details and stuff, and then basically we'll place that order. And then that order will go direct to the customer. So you cannot get more automated than finding stuff, you don't have to do it. Listing stuff, you don't have to do it. Repricing stuff, you don't have to do it. And then ordering stuff, guess what? You don't have to do it if you don't want. So actually, there's not much left in that process other than answering a few messages and go back to the automation, get a virtual assistant. We can tell you in the inner circle where to find them. We also have a bunch of virtual assistants, but we'll tell you the websites, we'll tell you how much to pay, we'll tell you how much to train them, how to train them, what sort of questions you need to ask to basically work out the people that know what they're doing and what they don't. So you're not basically giving your business a chance to fail. We'll go through all of that on the inner circle. So basically you could sit there and set up the guys that are going to answer the messages. Don't forget, with the messages we've already provided you, you're going to get those on a plate. And then the best thing about it is you get your VA. God, I sounded so Yorkshire then. The best thing about it is once your VA's done all the ordering, done all the messaging, they're then going to stick it in the profit and loss spreadsheet that we're going to give you, and you're going to work out whether you've made money. And if the spreadsheet's not enough, Sellfreaks is going to tell you if you're going to make money on your dashboard. And what we're just showing you, so I'm just trying to generalize where that's going. And the best thing about it is we basically don't buy the stock. The customer, we list the product we haven't got. The customer buys it, so we take their money, we keep the profit, stick it in a pot, stick it in your bank, and then we get the rest of the money, go to Amazon and place the order. There's bits in between, clearly, but we'll do it. I'm just looking in chat. And basically what we're going to try and do for the guys that joined the inner circle, there's an improved offer for anyone that decides to join on as part of this. We'll increase your free trial days from 14 days to 30 days. So for the first month, you're not going to pay a penny for Sellfreaks. So basically, you can join up and you're going to make money. Fact. Because you ain't got no bills. So you can just basically get on board. And the best thing about it is if you jump on soon enough, you might even catch a back end of Q4 or smash into the January sales and start making sales. Best time of year to get your business off the ground. Question from K. Michael. I've had an eBay account for 20 years. It has good feedback and rating. Would this be an advantage? And would it be better, or would it be better to set up a new account? I'd say both. But
Yeah, I was going to say both. And it depends. I mean, people are very precious with their eBay accounts. My eBay account, my main store is like I'm going to say 15, but it's probably like 18 years old now. I've had it since I was around 8. Yeah, it must be even older than that. I started on that one. It's going to be a massive advantage in the sense that you can probably scale a lot quicker. You'll be able to get away with a lot more, especially if it's an active account. You're working on it. You're buying and selling on it. Some people like to preserve their old accounts for buying and selling physical goods, so therefore they open up a second one for drop shipping. And some people do both. Again, on the inner circle, we will go through all the upsides, the downsides, all of these things again in way more detail. If it was me, I would go and I would start with the big account, the main account. You're gonna be able to do much better on that account. Sometimes new accounts, they benefit of a bit more in the first couple of months from the old. I think eBay like to kind of give new users like a bit of a boost in their traffic to kind of make them think that eBay is really good, so they'll boost the traffic for the first couple of months of a brand new account. But that advantage is short-lived, really, I think, to be honest.
I'm just looking at one of the questions from Dipty again. eBay has stopped downloading images and uploading images. No, as far as I'm aware, mate. Absolutely fine. Downloading images, I've never had a problem. Unless Michael knows something I don't, but nice. There's nothing being stopped there, mate. Yume, the next time to join would be in the new year. As yet undecided, mate. So the next, the end of this purchase window is going to be next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Obviously, if you'd order before 10 o'clock tonight or you jump on, you're going to get a lot of the additional stuff as well, or the first 20 people are. And then we're looking to start the course. I did say a couple of weeks, but you know what? I'll probably say as soon as that window has ended, we'll be looking to launch the course within the next coming days, week max after that. So within the next 2 weeks, we'll be launching this and we'll be going live for the inner circle and doing the training. Hopefully, the people that jump on, they're going to hit Q4 and catch the tail end of it. You never know; you might still make some decent money. Ethan, is your training all about eBay or does it include Amazon as well? Are you asking for an Amazon dropshipping point of view, mate, or just Amazon stores? Because obviously, at the minute, we're going to be selling on eBay, and the course is at this moment in time aimed around Amazon and selling onto. I don't know, the question just disappeared there. Selling onto eBay, but we are bringing out other suppliers, and again, those guys that sign up to the inner circle. You're going to get all that content for free in the future. So any other courses and stuff that you've signed up for now, you'll get some of that again. So anything that changes, mate, you'll get all that for free. I'm trying to think. Oh, I missed. If you want to buy the 20 quid, then upgrade. Is that possible today? Yes, mate. You can upgrade whenever you want. The pictures get uploaded for sure. What happens if eBay client orders stock and Amazon don't have it in stock? Easy one for you, Michael. You can get that one.
I got already answered that just with the repricer and stock checker on the software. But obviously, sometimes it'll miss, and it happens. And what we can either do is we can get creative. We can maybe offer the buyer an alternative product, something that. Let's say we might have to take 1 or 2 pounds loss to give them like an upgraded version or like a multi-pack instead of a single pack. Or we can ask the buyer, would they be happy for us to cancel the order and refund them? And we'll show you all the kind of tricks and techniques in order to do this. Some people try and source the item outside of Amazon as well and maybe go and find it as a supplier. I know people that have actually went physically into, Tesco's, B&M Bargains or whatever, and physically bought the product and posted it to the customer just to, avoid negative feedback and things. I did do that way back in the beginning when it was a smaller operation. Now, with sales volume and things, I either refund it, cancel it, give the buyer some compensation and move on. This is, if you're running it as an actual business, then you're going to have you're going to have some issues, especially as you scale up. But it's nothing really to worry about.
Massive action. My VA already creates our own eBay listings. If I go with this, I could create another eBay store, and she runs it 90% outsource. So I think what you're trying to get them is, yes, you can automate most, and you could add another eBay store. The beauty of Selfie as well, you can link numerous lots of eBay stores to one account. As long as you don't take the mic, there's limits at the top end, but you've got to be going some. But yes, you can add numerous, mate, and as we just mentioned, you can scale sideways and do it that way. There was a question.
The same person actually asked as well if they could put their VA into the masterclass of the inner circle. I'm not 100% sure we could do that, just because it's probably open to, whilst yours is probably a genuine case, it probably leaves it open to other people abusing the system. Maybe you could record the sessions for your VA. I don't see any issue off the top of my head of having your VA in the Discord group to ask questions, but maybe not on the live mentorship calls.
Yep. Just touching on, is the Discord going to be available for anyone not in the inner circle? At this moment in time, nope. It's going to be exclusive to the people that join the inner circle. I've not said that we don't open up in the future when we open different kinds of arbitrage and stuff, but at this moment in time, no. Basically, it's going to be exclusive to the guys that join. So if you don't join, you're not getting in. If your name's not down, you're not getting in. Is that the same?
Yeah.
So basically, like I just touched on, because for the guys that have paid, it's only fair and correct that they get full entitlement to me and Michael and the content that we're creating. So,
sure.
Yeah,
we want to keep it as small and as I was going to say intimate as possible. It's probably not the right word, but I mean, you never know when Craig's in there. Dipty, 20 quid upgrade. Yeah, you can scale up your SaleFreaks package can scale up. So if you need 500 listings, 1,000 listings, you can scale up, pay pro rata fee, and then keep moving up. So the idea is that you only ever pay for what you need, basically, and we try to keep on the SaleFreaks packages there kind of well tailored to suit all of your needs on each package. So if you reach 250 listings and you can list more on eBay, then you would upgrade the package on SaleFreaks as well. So yeah, very, very scalable, easy to do upgrade wise and things like that. Wendy, yeah, good question. Sole trader, limited company. I personally trade as a limited company, with multiple eBay accounts under the same limited company. Other people just stay as a sole trader. For me, a limited company was important. I was still earning a 9-to-5 wage. So I use the benefits of the limited company. And also I think whilst we're not giving financial or accountancy advice, it's obviously, you want to speak to an accountant what's best for your own situation. I think a limited company will give you a lot more protection for your business and protect your personal assets, and you as a person, they can't sue you or anything like that. It's just general company stuff.
Just to add on to that, mate, is in what I always like to explain to people when we're doing like the webinars and the seminars and stuff is, what you got to remember is you're investing in something here, which is you're potentially building a business for yourself as an income for you and your family for life, So for me, you take the positive and the proper steps to do that. As in, if you want to play about it, but you're not going to make or see the difference that you would do if you did it serious, where, do you know what? Stop getting the money that you're paying into your normal account that you're buying your beer money from, and you don't know where your money's going. It's all a mess. Set up a proper limited company, do it correct, so that everything to do with your business goes into a brand new bank account that's solely and purely for your business. You've got slight protection and better protections. Please speak to an accountant. I've been a limited company, but sorry, mate, go on.
I was going to say I've actually come up with a really good bonus if it's agreeable by everyone. For anyone that signs up to the inner circle, we'll arrange an additional call. We'll get our accountant that understands dropshipping in the business onto
he's on the slideshow earlier, Harvey.
On our webinar. We'll get him onto a webinar and he can explain all the benefits, upsides, downsides, sole trader, limited company, what you can claim back when you do VAT. I'm sure if we ask him nicely, he would come on and do, even if it's a 30-minute, 1-hour session, you know, because ideally on this dropshipping inner circle, we want you to be able to understand, you know, how to set up a limited company, how to set up a business, how to treat it as a business, because you will make more money at this if you treat it as a business. It's a side hustle, but ultimately, you know, there's guys in there in the chat that want to make £1,000 a week, £2,000 a month, whatever that may be. That's going to be a business. That's going to be VAT. You're going to be VAT registered. You're going to be a business. So you need to treat it as a business. So, you know, why not roll in the accountant and you know, get all that free information.
Just a reminder as well that for the free bonuses and stuff, there's 5 minutes left to jump on. If you're going to jump on, because we are closing the doors at 10 for the bonuses, or the first 20 people. So if you are wanting all the free live day events and 2-day events, you're going to come and see us and let us strip your stores down and sort them out for you, then you've got 5 minutes to bang them in. Jamie, you're asking, mate, how is the training delivered? Bearing in mind, a lot of people also have full-time jobs. It's going to be a raft of all different things. We've got the Discord channel, so people that want to jump in and out of the chat for the day. Doesn't matter, the chat will still be there at night, mate. Nothing gets deleted. All webinars and live events will be recorded, so you can always watch them back. As someone mentioned earlier, they don't like coming on and getting involved in that. Some people, it's just not for them. Doesn't matter, we'll record it. You can watch it back and listen back whenever you want. But there's also going to be some content. There's some pre-recorded stuff, etc. That basically we'll do a start to finish within the group, and obviously as well as Sale Freaks as well. We've also got the content and course that's involved in that. So basically, you've got the support from their staff and whatever else, all the live chat. So there's a lot of support, mate. Basically, what I'm trying to say. And a lot of different learning methods, mate.
Let's ask the question, Sale Freaks, your own company that you do this through. So again, really, really interesting story. Way back when myself and Craig started dropshipping 4 years ago, we used Sale Freaks. And actually just really, really recently, to cut a long story short, we got the opportunity to buy Sale Freaks. And we did, because we are dropshippers. We always dreamed of owning our own software or creating our own software, because we've seen so much potential in the software itself to run our own business. And we've seen so many other dropshipping softwares were owned by people that spotted a niche for people that were dropshipping but didn't actually dropship themselves. So we bought it, and we intend to improve it, continuously improve it, make it, you know, we already feel it is the best dropshipping software out there. That's why we've used it for 4 years, and that's why you know, a lot of our students have done really well on it, and we want to keep improving that software. I think
what you've got to remember is Sale Freaks is the fairy tale story for a dropshipper, you see, because I think it's not like a way of bragging people. I like to show people that if you imagine me and Michael were in full-time jobs. 4 years ago, we paid someone to rob us, basically. We just get him some money for free. He introduced us to Sale Freaks. So part of that is me and Michael and a couple of other guys that the minute we'll not mention, basically are involved in this. We've done that well through dropshipping that we've actually got to a status where we've actually been in a position to purchase Sale Freaks. So the actual software we've used for 4 years is done that well for us out of earning us an income that there's been money there to basically make that purchase of Sale Freaks. So I don't use it as a bragging tool. I'd say that as an encouragement for the guys that jump around in a circle. What do you want to buy? What do you want to invest in your business? Where are you going to be in 4 years' time? If it's done that well for us to buy, you don't have to buy drop shipping software, but the potential is there that the money's on the table that you could earn a very, very decent income that you could invest in your own future investments, your own future businesses, your mortgages, whatever else it is, your cars. So the money's there to be taken, that you can do it however you wish. We chose to do it through Sale Freaks. But for me, it's the ultimate fairy tale to show guys that from a couple of regular Joes, we've come to a position where we are where we are today. So it's a good point.
Yeah. Also, I'd like, for anyone still on the call, and we answered that question, it wasn't any intention to kind of keep that a secret. I think still for me, I'm first and foremost a drop shipper over the owner of Sale Freaks or whatever. And it just so happens that that's the software that I've always used as well. And you know, if we had to run this mentorship 6 months ago, it would still be with SaleFreaks. It would still be using SaleFreaks software. But it would be awesome that you guys are going to be in the inner circle and part of the extended journey of us growing SaleFreaks together, because we have some massive plans underway to evolve this game in a big way, where other people, I don't think they have the vision that Craig and I have with building this software, this drop shipping, and making it future proof as well. Because if we're talking about this now and teaching this, we're always thinking of, you know, what comes next, what comes after this, how do we add more, how do we scale, you know, bigger, higher, better, and all these things as well.
Just think of the access, like the fact is that we're involved with Selfie as well. Just think of the access and the problems that cuts out for you guys on the inner circle. You've got direct access to me and Michael, not only be showing you how to use it. Just think if you've got any issues with your accounts or anything, you're at source already. So just think about the improvements and stuff that can be done with that. And obviously, I'm sure we'll look after you guys in the inner circle as well. Like I said, we just upped the free package from 14 to 30 days anyway, so you're winning from the off regardless.
And if anyone does just want to try and use the software, you know, by all means, I think we're extending that 30 days for anyone that signs up. Yeah, Ben, much appreciated for joining us. And we hope to see you again in the future for sure.
Yep. So I think it's probably, to be fair, because it has just gone 10. If there's anyone else got any issues with buying and stuff, I'd say that we've just literally clicked onto 3 hours. We've been doing that, 3 hours and 15 minutes. The offer ended at 10. So I guess we'll be wrapping up if that's with the guys on chat. If they're all okay with that, just give us a heads up.
Any package, Deputy, 30 days. Yeah, if you go for a higher package, that's in. So yeah.
Someone's just said, "I'll pay now. I'll be right back." So I don't know if that's how long ago that was, but someone's just trying to pay. The links are still going to be live, though, aren't they? They're live for 7 days, aren't they? We're not going to shut the links down, are we? I'm looking that way because that's what my other chat is, by the way. I see that part of the Selfie subscription includes a dropshipping course, 24/7 support. Miles more in depth, mate. It's basically, that is just a basic entry level course that will basically just say how to sign up and stuff. It's just the basic of basics, mate.
Yeah, it's more how to use the software as opposed to all the methods to basically future proof and make sure that you're in the game to do the things that we have done. There's just not enough. You know, we want it to be one-to-one. We want it to be tight knit and basically help you scale to where we have got to. And you can't do that with a free course, unfortunately.
Yeah, Kieran, you're in, mate. If you are going just after 10 p.m, yes, mate. If you jump on now and make it, I'm sure that the guys they'll still accept the payments, mate, as long as you get it done soon, because the offers are available, mate. So you need to jump on it and do it. So yeah, if you are and still listening, mate, jump on now and do it, and you're good to go, mate. So that guy
do the live in Belfast. I think we should think about the live in Belfast.
So listen, guys, really appreciate you jumping on. It's been great seeing your questions and stuff. Really appreciate your time. And like I say, we'll hopefully see you in the inner circle soon. If not, obviously, please keep your eye out for Selfie and keep looking in the Facebook groups. I hope to see you in the Discord groups and stuff. But if there's no more questions, we'll wrap it up. And appreciate your time, guys.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks very much for everyone that stayed on to the end. Take care. Hope to see you all soon. Bye-bye.
I'll let you end it, Michael. That's it.